get into the second episode of, I was going to say Goonies. Boonies. Okay. It's kind of Goonie-like, isn't it? So, when last we left, you had managed to get out of the jungle, having created your own form of transport, worked out that you're going to go around the anti-spinning of the planet, anti-clockwise, I think, to get, because that might be quicker to get to the starport, which I've now indicated with a big huge red square. So it's not hard, not easy to miss. You were just heading off land when you were supposedly pulled over by the police. Supposedly. So, with the new revelation that each one of these hexes is roughly 458 kilometers, that's how almost far out to sea you are, they are basically telling you to turn back and land on land. You don't see, a quick glance does not show that they have any sort of weaponry on this vehicle. However, there is probably some armor.
Right.
Okay.
It's
how many people do we think are going to be on this thing?
well, you can see in that the cab itself is easy to see into. There's two guys, and then you've got the boxy thing at the back.
So there could be a few people in the boxy thing.
There could be.
How many people would there be? If there were people in the boxy thing, how many people would...
Depends on what else is there, but if it was just people, possibly up to 12.
Oh, shit, okay.
It's big enough.
So it could be like an APC, or it could be a place to put 12 prisoners.
It could be.
From experience, can we know what it's usually used for?
Well, this one being a very odd-looking vehicle, most of you would have seen something like this worked in for short on-planet cargo mover or people mover. So they seem to have markings outside to indicate that they are some sort of security force. Whether they're actually police or not, you don't know. You do see some guns that are resting up on the seat, but in between the seats on the back wall of the cabin.
Yep.
Two I guess they would be semi-automatic rifles.
Right.
That's obvious.
I can use a semi-automatic rifle.
Yeah, but apart from that, yeah, it's kind of because there's no window or anything in the back part, so you can't really see it. So they just issued you a call to say return to land and land.
Okay. Well, guys, are we going to return to land and land?
Completely up to what the Baron's going to want to do.
Well, he's suddenly become a baron, but yeah. But okay. Jerome.
That's an interesting question.
Because if we do shoot at them, they're going to be probably shooting back. There's two people to attack. If we shoot them out over water, their weapons are going to be lost. If we shoot them out over land, hopefully anything in the back is going to go splat, and then we can pick up all the weapons and then vamoose out of there.
Well, I'm thinking that if we go back, we have the hand cannon, and that's going to make mincemeat out of anybody that we hit. Like that's instant death. So we'd probably be able to take them out if we are quick enough, but only if there's two of them. If there's more people in the back, we're screwed.
Not really, because they're in sort of like a armored sort of box, and the moment that hits the ground at speed, they're going to.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like if we went back to land and landed, and they got out of their vehicle, and we went plateau. Then.
Yep. See exactly what you're talking about. We don't really want to land and talk to them if we're going to be shooting at them.
Okay. Well, give me a direction. I'm flying this thing, and I in the meantime, what I'm trying to do is make the air look like, the whatever you want to call it, the flysicle.
Flysicle. I love that.
Make it look like it's. I'm having difficulty with the control of it. You know, like doing a bit of a shaky turn.
Shaky simmer.
In a curve towards the north, as if I'm starting to come around.
Yep.
We can sort of feign. Hey, tell us where land is, so that we can sort of get them closer. If you want to sort of sucker them in for close range combat.
Well, they're pretty close. They are. Sorry, the range band they're in. Sorry, just let me get to that part.
See through the windows, it must be pretty short.
They are at around about long range, which is 51 to 250 meters. So they're around. I'm going to say they're about 100 meters away.
So they're contacting us by radio, are they? Or
sort of loudspeakery thing. You don't have. I don't hear.
I guess sort of like what? You know, like what do you want? I mean, we're private citizens, allowed to do what we like. What do you want? What's going on? So I give that kind of impression, sort of like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, we'll turn around, but what's the problem?
Okay, and when you start to turn around, they're sort of parked up, so almost like they're the pivot on which you're sort of turning around on. So you can fly closer or further away. It's entirely up to you. And because I'm getting the feeling that you guys are intending to shoot them.
So am I with him, Steve?
No.
At that point, you're
in the back. You're in the back of the paddy wagon.
you may be heading down for a big bath.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, guys. What are we going to do? Because we can't discuss this for too much longer.
Yep. We can sort of turn around and sort of go in circles trying to figure out where land is.
Yeah, okay. I'll
and sort of like do hand signals like where
do you want us to go? Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Let me do a reaction roll.
Symbol for fuck off.
Yeah, let's see what the reaction you get. Okay, one of the guys sort of points. The vehicle itself sort of pivots around a little bit as you're moving around, and he points in a direction, and then points down.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So how close do you want to?
Land below us?
No, you're 400 k's out of bloody land. Yeah.
So he's pointing down, and
no, he's pointing in a direction and then pointing down.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, just out of interest, grav units or grav machines, when say the pilot is unconscious, dead, or incapacitated, do they sort of head to the ground like a brick, or do they sort of like hover in space?
They stay on their last sort of command, unless something happens. So if he falls forward and turns them off, he turns them off.
Okay.
At the moment, it's just hovering, slowly turning and stopped. And he's indicating one way. How close did you want to get to him, Leon? Because are you the one with the hand cannon?
No, I wouldn't be. If I'm flying it, I'd be flying. You know, somebody else would have the hand cannon.
Okay.
Who's got the best hand cannon skill?
No one. Who has the best dexterity out of the other two?
I think my dexterity is fantastic. It's like 5.
Dexterity 13.
That's the person you want to hand it to.
Yeah. My dexterity,
Pretty
my
much.
dexterity is 5. I'm fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dexterity of 5 is not my best suite actually.
Okay.
I've got a strength of 10 and an intelligence of 6, so I am
Okay.
strong like bull, smart like tractor.
Okay. That's the good one.
Okay.
Okay, so it's J-Max. It doesn't matter. If you've got a 13 dex, skills won't matter because this is an exotic weapon, which means you don't get a 0 level skill in it, you get a -3. But with your dex of 13, that goes down to a -1. Unless you've got Jot.
Yep, I've got Jot.
I have Jot, so...
Well, okay.
Oh, okay.
Jot's good because that takes it to a 0, and you get a +2 because of your high dexterity. So you end up with a +2, just through sheer physical ability.
Luck.
Okay. Okay, so while... Okay, guys, are we going to do this?
Well, I don't feel comfortable going back with them. I mean, we're being chased by the local warlords' troops. We've no idea who these guys are. I suspect they're probably related, though.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if we do take them out, then we've blown any cover we had with Paul. Because they'll have reported in that there's these guys on a bicycle, we're pulling them over, and that's the last thing they heard, and, you know, we destroyed their vehicle and killed them and stuff.
That's if they've radioed in. We've got no idea if they have or not.
Yeah, they would. I mean, one of the first things you do is radio in that you've made contact with somebody.
Yep. Okay. The weapon, is it single shot or multi-shot?
No, single. God, that thing going multi.
As in, like, is it like a semi-auto, or it needs to be reloaded every round?
Every round will need to be reloaded by hand. It's a monster of a gun.
Yeah.
It's like a 20mm auto cannon.
Okay, that sounds
something
good.
similar. It will stop an elephant. It should do something to their vehicle.
Okay. Okay.
I'll be trying to take out one of the grav pads if possible.
No, I just go
Well,
straight
the whole unit's sort of sealed, so it's just going to be a shot and a random roll to see what you've hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're not going to sort of like pull up alongside, and as we get to the driver's door, just put rounds through it?
If you want to, you can do that. That's there, sure. That's why I asked Leon how close he wants to get. So you're telling him to get as close as he can.
Yeah, I'm following instructions at this page. Sorry,
Right,
so.
yeah. But you're basically yelling to each other because, you know.
Yep. Okay.
Take the shot. Do
Oh no, you won't be because you're all in your vac suits still. You've got them to wear, haven't you?
Yeah, so we've got comms.
Okay. So are we doing this?
Absolutely.
In the absence of anyone answering, what's your decision?
Okay. I lean over to the driver. Let's sort of drive up slowly and pull sort of parallel with them, and I'll see if I can shoot the pilot of their vehicle or the driver of their vehicle.
No worries. Okay. So I'm going to attempt to get closer to the the grav thing.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to say to who's got the hand cannon?
J-Max.
Apparently me.
J-Max. I say to J-Max, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly in and then, in inverted commas, lose control of the vehicle and jolt in really, really quick so that you get at point-blank range, and then you can fire, okay?
Yep.
So
if we
how
can-
many meters are you coming within when you do this to the vehicle?
Oh, like basically I'm just going to edge in, like like you said, we're curving around as in it's at the centre. I'm going to spiral in so that it's how far away did you say? About 400? Did you say?
No, it's only about 100 meters at the moment. So how far away do you want to edge in?
So I just come around so that we're heading back to what on Earth would be to the west.
Yeah.
Start to come in, and when they start to turn with us, I'm just going to jolt into about 50 metres and let him have a blast.
50 meters.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we can vaguely line it up, as in like driver's door, driver, and
Mm.
the passenger in the front seat, sort
Yep.
of semi in line.
Go through all of them.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Yep, that's all cool because they do have okay. So with the armor being at a -3, that takes you back down to needing. You need an 8. -3 means you'd need an 11, but you get a +2 for the range, which takes it back down to being a 9. And
So what would closer do to the modifiers?
have you ever shot this weapon?
No idea. No.
And that's your answer to your question. You're going to find out very shortly. And the other 2 for your high dexterity means you end up needing a 7 or more.
So it's 2d6 plus 2?
Just 2d6 flat, and if you get a 7 or more, you're fine. No, I've already done all the equations. Oh,
look at that.
Bang. Okay, rightio. Now, what I need you
I'm
to
reloading.
do... Yeah, what I need you to do... Oh, you might not need to. Hang on, I just got to find the ship to ship.
Roll your damage.
Oh, you won't need to roll the damage. Yeah, no. Where are we? Okay, roll a d6 and add 4 to it. No, roll a d6 and add 6 to it. Eight. Oh dear, it's in the cabin. Okay. That's not good. Okay, roll 66. Yeah, it does a lot of damage.
Fragmentation and ricochets and
Boom,
spalling.
boom, boom. Basically, it goes through the window, through the 2 people, out the other window. And
So just confirming, when they spoke to us on the loudspeaker, they did instruct us to turn around and shoot at them, correct?
no, just turn around and head to the ground.
I'm pretty sure I remember them saying shoot at them.
Well, that probably is going to be a bit of a distinction of the difference there. But, however, they are now, parts of them at least, are heading to the ground.
Okay.
And the vehicle itself is just hovering, and it's just turning very, very slowly. Just spinning
was there
almost.
a bit of red mist out the other
There's
side?
red and bits all over the place.
Okay, so can I move up to the grav vehicle?
Yep.
And like in inverted commas, get close enough that we could get in, like open the door and somebody get in.
Yeah, the first person in is going to have a bit of an icky entrance, but you know.
Oh, we're in a
Won't be
back
me
seat,
'cause
it's
I'm
all
blind
fine.
one side.
We're in vac suits.
Okay.
We're-
Rightio, you're just adding to your misdemeanors. Okay, that's good. So we should keep a running tally of everything, every rule you've broken, every law you've broken. But that's good.
Wait a second. We didn't start this, all right? We came in here as freshmen with nothing on us, and the referee said that we'd made these decisions.
Who's the referee? This is. I don't know what this referee thing you're talking about is.
Yeah. I don't recall making any plans to kill people on another bloody planet. I wasn't.
And yet, here you are.
Here we are.
Okay.
we came in peace.
Well, they left in pieces. They left in pieces. Okay. J-Max, you're sort of on the side as Leon sort of... can I get a piloting... Oh, no, air-off roll, please, Leon, just to...
I prefer not to roll any dice tonight, please.
I know, but...
I've rolled all last week and it was shit. There you go.
There you go.
9 plus 1.
Excellent.
10.
Okay, smooth.
3.
Smooth like a baby's bum, straight up to the door. You can't actually open it, but you can definitely, if you want to knock the rest of the glass out, so you don't cut your vac suit open, and then move the glass away from you with something, so you don't actually accidentally cut your vac suit anywhere, J-Max. You can do that. It takes a wee while.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'll see if I can find if there's a hook or a latch or something like that, so the door can be opened.
It has fingerprint locks.
Oh, okay. Is there
Oh,
sort of
there-
like a
oh,
spare
there-
hand anywhere in there?
Are there any, what, sorry, fingerprints? No, there's nothing left.
Oh, there's nothing left. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit of a bummer. Okay. It's going to be a
So have
sponge
to
job.
start through the window, lads.
Mm.
Okay. So I take that hit both of them?
It went straight through it, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Any weapons or anything left inside?
The
Maybe
two
under
auto
restored?
rifles are still in the rack in between the seats.
Okay. Excellent. I'll.
You could
Make a
probably
grab
fit all
for those?
3 of you in the cabin at a squish.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
thinking that even though they're fingerprint, if we get in there, would we be able to fly it?
It's
Like,
already activated.
Yeah. It's good to go.
You just can't
as long
turn
as
it.
we
Well,
don't turn it off.
you turn it off. Yeah, exactly. You turn it off, you got trouble.
Okay, so we've effectively now got 2 vehicles, and we've got basically, apart from the shot, fairly undamaged vehicles. And we can, say for instance, if we get apprehended or approached later on, we can split in 2 different directions.
What?
Thinking ahead, if
Okay.
anybody
Well,
comes after us,
what did Leon call the bike? The
Flysicle.
Flysicle.
Bicycle?
The Flysicle moves a lot slower than this vehicle.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But also, would we be able to fit the flysicle in that back compartment?
Possibly.
Okay. If we open it.
Yep,
And
you're going to have to find out how to open it.
If there are any player characters that are in the back.
Mm.
Is there any sort of like screen which shows me what's in the back? compartment?
Well, you have to be wiping off pieces of flesh and tissue and blood and stuff.
Look, guys. How
yeah,
about we quickly get to going onto the map, guys? Get to
Yep.
this island here, right? Land the flysicle and this thing. Open it up and get rid of all the blood. Give it as good a clean as we can. Do a Pulp Fiction clean of the inside.
Sponge the inside.
And then we can worry about trying to get the back open and see what's in there.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
so to get through one of those hexes takes 5 days for the flysicle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
To get through one of those hexes with this machine, if you opened it up, would take just over 2 days.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
okay.
It can move.
That's significant.
But that's 400 kilometres.
458 kilometres each hex.
Yeah. So it can't. It's doing 20 kilometres an hour.
No, max of 90.
90 kilometres an hour. So that's 100 kilometres every.
90. Yeah, 90 kilometres an hour. Oh, sorry, 90 kilometres an hour. I beg your pardon. Yeah, well, this one does. The Beast does 200. The other one does. Yeah, hang on. Let me redo that calculation. 90 times 8 equals 720. So you would, if you carried on today, you would probably make landfall by the end of the day. By the tricycle.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd easily be able to make it with the other thing.
The other thing, sorry, wrong thing.
Oh, for now.
That one would take you over here, the second island.
Okay. How about this? We put 2 of, like, the other 2, not me, in other words, in the captured vehicle. They fly like the bat out of hell to the island.
Mm-hmm.
They can get out and they can start getting everything ready. In the meantime, I can fly in the flysicle until I get there.
Okay.
Slight modification.
Yep.
If we fly in tandem,
Yep.
and then if we're ditching the tricycle, we can fly it like sort of into the ground, let it crash, and then put whatever bits of the bodies in the tricycle and around the place, like they've had a crash and there's just bits left.
That's a really good idea. I like
And then we can bail off in the working one.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Because unless they've got dental records or something like that, they're going to spend a while trying to figure out what the hell's happened.
How much of the bodies are left?
Smear stuff. So
Yeah, but
it would fit your
people.
plan. It would fit your plan.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's do that then.
Okay. So you two, which one of the other of you two has air aft?
I don't think anybody does.
Jot,
So
huh?
you got jack of all trades.
Okay.
Got jack of all trades.
Jot will do it. Well, it'll try anyway. If you need to make a particularly hard maneuver. Okay, so you're just keeping up.
Just correct me
I've
if
got
I'm
jet
wrong.
aircraft if that's any use.
Leon?
Like if you're flying a vehicle, everybody can fly an air up. It's just if they have to make a roll. That's
Yeah,
the issue.
if you've got to make some specific hard roll where there's a chance that failure or some difficulty happens, flying
there's
is
not
not
going
a
to be
problem.
any other people that are around here. You know, there's going to be nobody looking for us, so we'll be fine.
Apart from any aerial creatures. Oh, that reminds me. Let's roll for that as you travel. No, damn. Not enough.
Okay. Another thing to look out. I'll have a look over the cab for any sort of GPS or monitoring or sort of.
It does
tracking
have a radio
device.
in it. It has a corded hand mic that you've got a click button on it, and although it's covered in gore, that you could
Anything
use.
coming out of the speaker?
Nothing at the moment.
Okay. That's cool.
No sign of radar transponders or anything like that.
Is there what? Sorry.
I'm just drawing on my jet aircraft pilot experience here. There's no radar transponders or anything like that.
Nothing. No. There's it's more GPS radio communication tool than anything else.
Right, yeah. Well, let's just shut that down completely for the time being. I think just to stop any position reports being automatically sent.
Okay. Rightio, and then you head off. So there is no encounter, so landing is going to be easy. It does take you the whole. It would take you the whole day to get over to that place.
Cool.
Cool. All right. So we're now here, yeah?
You are indeed.
Okay. Well, let's land the thing. Don't turn it off.
Yeah.
Let's start scraping blood and bones and shit out, and basically making whatever cloth that we've got that's around all bloody and stuff, and putting it on the flycycle.
Okay. Are you going to dive the flycycle into the ground when you've done this?
Yeah, once we've done it,
cool.
So we're going to lift it. Basically, what we'll do is for discussion. We'll go straight up in the air, like 100 meters or so.
Mm-hmm.
I'll climb through the window onto the thing, then turn off the power switch. Bleeding through, turn off the power switch. It drops to the ground. Bang.
Yep.
And
more than 100 meters. Let's do something like 1,000 meters or something like that. So it's got a decent trip down.
Okay, well, whatever height we want to make sure it hits the ground. It doesn't get blown out to sea and go out to sea.
That's okay. Well, while you're doing all this cleaning, is anyone doing anything else with this other vehicle? Not the flycycle.
Okay, so are there any ports or anything like that so I can look in, see what's in there?
No, nothing from the cab. Nothing from the cab. No.
Okay. Anything from the sides or the back?
There does appear to be some sort of lock on the back.
Okay. Any air vents or anything like that can be peered through from the top?
No, nothing
Nope.
like that.
Okay.
No. You're probably going to need to get some sort of either electronical. You've got an electrical kit, so that might help you if it's electrical. I don't know if you don't have any mechanical toolkits, so.
We do have an electronic toolkit, don't we?
Yeah, but not a
yes,
mechanical
yes, we
one. Yeah, so someone can try to break it open with an electrical toolkit.
I can
sounds
try
like a job
with
for some electronic skills then, doesn't it?
engineering jack of all trades.
Electronics?
You can try with the mechanical, but you have no equipment, which is a penalty.
Okay.
At least with the electronics, you've got equipment. So the three variables is skill, equipment, and environment/time. So someone's got electrical, someone's got the equipment. It's just the environment/time is the variable.
Okay.
Whereas
who's got the electronics?
I do.
There you go.
Okay. Do you want to give it a go?
Absolutely.
And then stand back, and I'll just make sure that the rifle is sort of.
You've got the auto rifle.
Of the door.
Did you get?
No, the big one.
Oh,
The hand cannon.
the hand cannon. God help anybody inside if you shoot them. Okay.
And if somebody else has got an auto rifle as well.
Yeah, I'll stand back with the auto rifle.
Yep. Okay.
I'm just going to try and pop the lock then.
Yep. Make your roll. +1 for your skill. Oh, piece of cake. Just click, click, click. Done. Zap, zap. Boom.
Back in the bag, stand back and take a bow.
Very, very low tech. You're guesstimating somewhere between tech level of 7 to 8 somewhere is what you're actually... They've basically plonked, they've imported some GravTech plates for the bottom of this thing and plonked some sort of really low-tech cabin thing on the top.
Okay.
Yeah, so... Okay, the door's open, you open it up, and what you see is a guy who is handcuffed by his feet to the floor, and he's got there's a single chain that basically suspends him between the two, his hands go up to the roof with handcuffs over a rail, and the rails
probably a security guard.
I'll call out. Who the hell are you?
There's a lot of chance that he's a player character, but I'm going to go with let's
go
fuck
for
the story over. And
hey, I'm not playing the character. I don't care what happens. I'm okay with all that. I'll show you.
Thirsty scoundrels.
Yeah, there you go. That's him. If you go to the 8+, I've actually put pictures in, sort of something of what you might look like. But that's the guy you're seeing in the back.
Yeah, I call out as I've got the hand cannon pointed at him. Who the hell are you?
Narak.
Hello.
Well, he doesn't quite sound like that, does he? After that big, huge build-up. Hello.
Yeah, a really gruff guy who sounds like he's just come out of the Mardi Gras.
Yeah, exactly. Hello.
Sorry, I missed. I was zoned out.
Right.
What did I miss?
Someone opened the door.
And we were contemplating killing you.
Yeah, there's one guy with an auto rifle, one guy with something that looks like a bloody huge anti-tank weapon in his arms, and there's another guy.
I already showed you the picture of what it is. I mean,
yeah.
Hang on, I'll redo it. There we go.
No, that's so cool. It's in the.
That's a giant. That's a really giant gun. No man needs it.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that, matey. It's much more compact than that weapon. But yeah, it's a heavy weapon, definitely.
What would I say?
What the fuck? I don't know.
Hello, who are you?
Get me the hell out of here! I'm a celebrity.
Really? Really? That's what you're going to say?
I'll close the door.
I'm like, no. Actually, get me the hell out of here. I'm claustrophobic.
So, were there any key? Are the handcuffs got keys on them, like key locks, or a different kind of lock?
No, some sort of electronic lock.
Okay,
I'll close the
Mr.
door.
Electronic person.
Yep.
At the moment.
Yeah, sounds like I'd better break out my skills, eh?
What do we make of this person in the back?
We could make him into anything we like. We can make him into a slave. We can make him into an escaped prisoner. It depends. I mean, the friend of my friend is my enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yep, very true.
What you in for, mate?
There you go. Someone actually asked him a straight to the point question. What are you in for?
Okay, honestly,
Honestly.
have you guys seen Batman? I was like Batman, but the bad guy. So I was hired by like an underworld crime lord to do a business trip, and it didn't go too well, and I got caught.
Well, that sounds entirely truthful.
Or he's done something, or he's covering with that because it's the other thing is entirely worse.
Well, come on, let's
you're a
what
celebrity.
we're in. Let's see if we can get you out of those cuffs.
Okay.
Well, I want to play like a super queer strongman. That'd be great.
Okay, that's fine.
What if I like the handcuffs?
Okay, they'll close the door and they'll leave you in there.
No. Actually, can I attempt to break out of the handcuffs?
You've tried several times, and the only thing you got for your efforts is some partially cut hands or wrists.
Okay. Yeah, please get me out of these.
Yeah, hold still, mate. Let's have a squeeze. I examine the locks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I need to
And how do they compare to the other?
These are slightly more high tech, but you probably have a good chance, depending on the die rolls, really.
These handcuffs, do they have like a fluffy?
No.
They're
all metal.
Relief on them?
They're all metal.
Making sure.
Yeah.
Making sure.
Yeah, I'm going to take a crack at the locks.
They look very utilitarian.
I'm closing it.
Yeah. No fluffy, no leopard print anywhere, no anything like that.
So they're
I'm
not
here-
plastic
I'm
with
not here
sort
to
of like a
judge,
fake sort of chrome colour on top.
Say that again, sorry?
So they're not plastic and they don't have sort of like a fake.
Why are they so
chrome on top.
sticky?
No, they're metal. They're totally metal. With some
Oh
electronic
dear.
circuits in them.
I'm going to try and release the lock.
Okay?
Do we trust this person?
Well, you still don't because he hasn't been able to unlock it.
You can trust me, I promise.
Well, that wasn't particularly useful, was it?
No.
This could take a bit of tinkering. Bear with me.
Can shoot them open.
You could!
You could, but you'd probably take his arms and legs off.
Well, it depends if...
We do have an auto rifle. It doesn't have to be with the hand cannon.
Someone go and check and
So
see
just
if
a
there
hand
are any
then.
keys left in the cabin.
It's an electronic
in the
lock,
pockets.
not a mechanical
Right.
lock. You already know that. That is electrical lock.
There's no conveniently placed keypads or shutdown points or anything.
No, you're going to have to just find a different way of doing it. What can you add to your try next time?
I'll
A bit of time.
I think I shall sit down comfortably and take my time over it.
Okay, cool. Okay, you take some time over it. Sorry, I'm just bringing all your pictures that I chose, so they might not have fit you. But that's what I thought Leon might be like.
Oh, Leon's
Suspicious.
actually got a picture.
Oh, where is his?
On my character sheet,
Ah, cool. I didn't see that last time.
which is vaguely similar to what you've got, but
No, that's all cool. Okay, well that's Leon. That's all cool. Yep. I'll get another one of those ones, and it's the Martian off
yes, off the
Expanse.
Expanse.
Yeah, cool. I think that's JMax. Anyway, keep going, guys.
Please get me out of these locks. I beg you.
Dean, we're not in fantasy game anymore. We're in sci-fi.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
Yeah, sci-fi. Oh god, this one's way too big. I don't know what the bloody hell's happening with these pictures.
Oh my god, what's that?
Yeah, I know. It's like
He's also a Soleimani.
He's
got an American flag in the back.
He's definitely Soleimani. Yeah, no. Yeah, he was at a costume party.
Yeah, like Soleimanis. You know what they're like.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't think it was this bloody big. This picture. God. Anyway, carry on, guys. You're breaking the guy out somehow. Okay, you're doing another.
So
There you go.
I'll take another crack at it, but this time I'll take my time over it.
All good. Okay, so give yourself another one on top of the skill.
Okay. And another one for the toolkit, yeah?
No. You need the toolkit to use your skill, basically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
2d6 plus 1.
plus 2. But anyway, you do break it through, which is great.
Click!
Okay, and now he turns around and slices your throat, and
That's the end of the adventure. Excellent.
yeah.
Can I need to go get my broadsword.
Your broadsword.
My broadsword.
What broadsword?
I need to get my equipment.
Where's your equipment?
In the room.
What room?
You're in a box.
Is this guy insane?
It's quite possible.
And actually, Steve, where would my equipment be?
Your equipment
Yeah, like my swords and stuff.
would all be somewhere here, probably in another locker somewhere.
Okay, I would like to go and... Is there anyone else on... is there anyone else here, guys, or is it just us?
No, it's just us.
Great! Let's go rip open... I would like to go rip open all the lockers and find my gear.
How about not? Because we don't know you at the moment.
Okay, well, I won't rip them open, but I'll open them nicely. I still would like my gear.
I think introductions are in order first, old boy.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Narak, as in I like to Narak people up.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I was a I was in, you can trust me. I was in the army.
You can trust me.
I was in the army for a couple of years.
Yeah. Like, how is that going to help them trust you?
I fight for world peace, and when I say world peace, I mean in the underworld.
Right, and that's the Baron, by the way.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I curtsy. You must be the Baron.
Yeah. No, you don't know he's a Baron. I just needed something really, really different from the other two.
You look rich and poncy, and I curtsy. But I would still like to please try and find my gear. I promise. On my heart.
Sci-fi.
Oh, yes, okay.
We're not fantasy anymore, Dean.
I don't know the difference between the two.
Okay, what sci-fi film have you seen?
Sci-fi, like Fifth Element.
Okay, play like that.
Let's just get my gear and get the hell out of here.
Now you're sounding like the two sort of person you are.
Okay. Let's just get my gear and get out of here. Where are you guys going?
Away from here.
Okay. Do you have a ship that I could, jump on? Not on, I mean in.
Well, unfortunately, there's not enough room in the front of this, so we're going to have to be flying probably 2 in the back, 2 in the front. But at least you're not going to be locked. With that fantastic roll that was done for the electronic lock for the back, would we now be able to open and close it as we see fit?
Yeah.
Cool.
You just pull the wires out and you just touch them together and it opens and closes it.
Cool.
If it helps, I'm pretty good with computers.
Well, it probably will help eventually. But let's get in this vehicle and go like a bat out of hell.
Okay. Can I find my stuff before I go? It's probably locked in a locker here.
Do we drop them around to stuff?
Well, the thing is that wherever we go, we're going to have all of your stuff with us. So we can do that on the fly. But let's get this thing moving so that we can, get out of the blast radius of search area.
Yeah, they've got to be missing this vehicle by now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do our hover up in the air thing and drop the flycicle down onto here.
Yep.
And then, guys, I suggest we fly north east to this island, and then we can fly overnight. We can just well, it would make things a lot easier to convince them that there'd been a body added to,
Yeah. And it was the prisoner.
It was a prisoner. So if we fly up here, we can sort of then land. We can take stock of ourselves. We're out of the range of where that was. And if we went straight up there as quick as we can, at the fastest possible speed, and just swapped over drivers so that we could fly full time all the time, then we'll get there fairly quickly.
Our best bet would be to head southeast, because we would make it around quicker to where we need to go, rather than travelling through the central part. So it will be a bit colder, but we'd get there faster.
Yeah, we've got an enclosed vehicle in the other part.
No, you don't. Only in the back.
It's got a bit of ventilation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've got people in vac suits. There's 3 of us in vac suits. Temperature's not really an issue.
Of course, temperature isn't an issue for you guys. No.
Well, one of us doesn't have a vac suit, I would assume.
Well, what we could do is we could slaughter anybody who doesn't have a back suit, eat their flesh, and render their fat as insulation.
I dare you to try. I dare you.
+1 Hankin.
Okay, so you are going to execute your. So I'll just need a piloting roll from Leon, please, to execute the dive.
Sure. Average.
Yep. And did you have any skill with that or no?
I've got 1 air up.
Oh, cool. Okay, rightio. Exactly how you wanted it to go. Splat. Yep. So you would have seen Narak. Sorry. You would have seen the state of the cab. There was, let's just say, they are very effective in removing opponents.
Yep.
Both
it was remodeled.
Yeah, remodeled. Yeah, in a sort of a reddy blue sort of colour. But from everyone's point of view, this guy said he works in the underground, crime sort of place. He might have contacts to get you off planet, or to get you stuff. They seem to be very effective at whatever they're doing, so they might be good for you to stick with. So just putting those little factors out. So you're heading north, east, or southeast? Because they're roughly equal distant.
Yeah, I'm happy with it, whichever. I'll follow the command of whoever is in charge, which I imagine would be the Baron.
Who's the? Oh, I ask who's in charge here. Who's the captain? Am I the captain? Are we all the captain? Who's the captain?
Well, I guess under the circumstances, that would be me.
And you.
Baron von Whitehorse, at your service, sir.
Sorry, what was your name? Baron.
Von Whitehorse. I'm sure you've heard of the Von Whitehorse family.
No, I've heard of the Black Horse though.
Oh dear.
Again, I do a curtsy and.
Curtsy.
This is how it's gonna go. This is how it's gonna go. I have no idea where I am. Thank you for saving me. I'll be of any service I can be. My hobbies include beating people up, saving the poor, and beating people up.
Sounds like he's the perfect guy for your team.
Okay.
I
So
was actually hoping of playing a game of Traveller where I was actually a peaceful kind of guy, but whatever.
That's that'd be quite a unique game, wouldn't it? When no one's shooting at each other.
So this guy has caused all the trouble.
Already creating the counter story.
Okay, there would have been no trouble if they had just done what I had asked.
Right. Okay. So you're heading south.
Southeast.
Southeast.
Yep.
Okay.
Because if we come to,
Three,
how can I do a pointer?
4, 5, 6.
Just hold your mouth,
7,
step up and
8.
down, wherever you.
Okay.
Basically,
So-
it's 2 days worth travel.
So if we come down to here,
Hang
we're
on.
basically going to be across to there.
Hang on. You're here at the moment, and you're not going here. You want to go somewhere else.
Yep. So if we head for here,
Yeah.
Track along that coastline.
scoot across, and then we can basically cut down into here.
Yep.
Right.
Straight
So
across there.
from your current position, roughly to here is counter to the 3.5 feet on the screen. It's actually 2 days travel in this vehicle.
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
So, do you have any provisions or anything, guys?
We do have some water.
I was going to ask, did we get any food or anything from Bull before we left?
Mm-hmm. You would have a little bit, but did you bring any of your own?
Well, we had the food. We did do some hunting beforehand, and we did get something. I can't remember what it was, but we did get some food.
Okay.
Wasn't that lost with the aircraft we had?
Yes, when that got captured. It was all your
Yes.
gear. All your gear was in the aircraft, pretty much. Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna start to get a bit hungry, so you're gonna have to do half rations or something, or do something to make whatever you got last. So just let me make 2 rolls. Oh, for God's sake!
Terrain we're in at the moment, it's not particularly.
Okay, so no encounters. You now. I'll just draw the picture. So, boom. You're now there.
No worries. Well, let's do some hunting and see if we can get some food. What is that humpy thing?
Hills. Hilly area.
Okay.
So it's quite a dried out sort of landmass that you're on where you are. If you've ever seen the grasslands south of Blenheim when they're really dry, it's like yellowy brown. That's sort of what you got, and then you've got some desert either side of that. As you're coming in, you can see all this. Mountain ranges are further ahead of you, behind the hills and the deserty areas.
I'll go hunting.
Before we do hunting, we got 2 rifles, is it?
Yep.
2 auto rifles.
Auto rifles.
Yep.
And how many shots?
There would be can't look because the cat's on the book. You're gonna have to move, Belle. Come on, sweetie. Off you get. Good girl. Off you get.
I'm just noting it down.
Man, cats are really determined, aren't they?
I'm going to take the heavy weapon off my character sheet, so somebody else puts it on there.
Well, J-Max.
We'd have 7 rounds now.
Well, good.
And I'm going to take one of the auto rifles because I can actually use it.
Cool.
And half of the ammo, so once it tells us how much ammo there is.
Well, no, each one will come with their own set of ammo. Auto rifle. Belts, that's what's cost.
A 30 round mag or something, wouldn't it?
Hang on a second. So a magazine.
Excuse me.
Magazine, come on, where's the bloody magazine?
Probably in your mailbox.
Yeah, probably. Because you don't have belts, you've got magazines. Loaded magazine. Tells me the weight.
They're usually 20 or 30 shots, I think, from memory.
Usually they tell you the amount of shots you got, but it doesn't. It only tells me the shots on a belt. I'm just going to say 30. So there are 4 magazines between the two rifles, 2 auto rifles.
So I'll put down 60 rounds of ammo.
Yep.
And somebody else can have the other rifle and 60 rounds of ammo.
Cool.
Can anybody else use the rifle?
Potentially, I'm a reasonable shot with it.
I can use an SMG.
Not quite a rifle, auto rifle. But
what's your dexterity, right?
It is 8.
Okay, and besides J-Max, you've got the hand cannon, don't you, J-Max?
Yep. I've only got 7 shots left on it.
You only need
I've
7
got-
shots.
But it's going to make a fucking big hole, you know what I mean? And Jerome, what's your dex?
Yeah, I'm not a real good shot.
He's a 5.
Okay.
Or
Do we trust
lucky to
the
hit
with the other rifle?
broadside of a ball.
Well, the good thing about auto rifles, guys, is that when you shoot off an auto rifle on auto, you get to try to hit the one target twice, and if they have allies up to 5 feet either side of them, you get to shoot with a -3 on each one of those people. Every blast you go, every round, every full auto round you go. So it's a bit of a spraying weapon, which is good.
Let's hope the rabbits have friends nearby.
Right. And with an auto pistol, what's your dexterity, Jerome?
5.
5. Okay.
There's auto pistols as well, is there?
No, auto rifles, sorry. That means you get a -2 to hit. Using this, apart from
Yes.
armor or
Could be better.
range. Yep. Okay. Cool. So 2 were going out to hunt. I think it was Leon and who else?
I said I'll go.
Rightio.
I thought I was going to go out hunting.
With the hand cannon.
No, with the auto rifle.
Oh, okay.
And a backup of the hand cannon just in case we encounter something.
Yep.
Can I get a firewood? Do we need?
Don't really need firewood, no.
Oh, okay.
You probably want to stay close to things. So we probably want to sort out the crash site first and make sure that's a complete mess that they're going to spend ages
That's
trying to figure out.
that's 2 days away.
That's days ago.
Oh, days ago. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was over here.
Okay. Yep. Sorry. My bad.
That's all cool.
Okay.
Yep.
So
So
while the boys go hunting, I'm going to fire up the radio and basically go on listening watch. Just
Okay.
Keep an ear out just if anyone's listening.
Cool. So, do you want to look at any of the lockers while they've all gone out?
I will, yeah, I guess, because if I don't... Yeah.
No, you guys have gone out.
Oh, I thought it wasn't going, sorry.
Oh, okay, I don't know. What?
Okay, so I won't go,
Okay,
because I still don't physically have my gear, so I'll go through the lockers.
okay, you can't open them. Oh, you can try. Do you have any electronic toolkit with you?
Okay, so the kits I have, no, because all my gear's away.
Yeah. Okay, so you have no toolkit. Do you have electronic skill?
I've got computers.
Do you have electronic skill?
Oh, is a skill? No.
Do you have JOT, Jack of all trades?
Nope.
Okay. The only chance you've got of opening a locker would be to roll 2d6 and get a 13.
Oh.
Did you want to try?
Let's go. Why not?
How about you not stuff the lock?
Yeah, I can hear him rattling around in the back there.
Yeah.
I might poke my head up and say, do you want a hand with that?
Yes, please. I'm just trying to go through the lockers. I need to find my gear. I've got lockpicks and electronics and stuff and handcuffs and whatnot. I have no idea why I have handcuffs.
I'd have thought you'd have had enough of that kind of thing already.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it usually gets cuffed. It's usually the bad guy.
Who happens to be the good guy?
Yeah.
How many lockers are there?
3.
Well, I'd better take a crack at each in turn then.
Okay.
So 2d6, and I'm guessing since the boys are hunting, I've got plenty of time to do the job, so...
Plus 2
I'll
then
just
with
take
your
the
skill.
time for it.
Yep.
Sorry?
Time and your skill plus 2. Well, it doesn't take you long to open the first one. It doesn't have his gear in it, but it has a ton of MREs. Yeah.
MRE?
Meal ready to eat.
Meals ready to eat.
So yeah,
Love them.
Oh, yeah, cool.
pull them open. These ones heat up instantaneously. You know, so you're probably chewing down on some I don't know, beef bourguignon roast or something as they come back with whatever they've got. Piping hot, just eating it out of the thing with a spoon. You know, I mean, it's mostly pureed with chunks in it, but hey, it's food and it's warm.
Food and it's hot.
Yeah. So that's the first one. And because all the others are the same, you're going to get another 1 on top of that because you already understand how these locks work. So plus 3 of the next one.
Plus 3 of the next one, eh?
Phew. Okay, this one has a whole lot of survival gear in it. So
nice.
it has a survival rifle, which is basically a normal rifle -1. So it has -1s on everything. It has a slightly smaller magazine, and it has 2 extra magazines. It has rope, it has water, it has flares, it has a magnifying unit, you know, like a pair of binoculars, but electronic, which also has night vision on it. An emergency beacon.
Do you want to copy that down into the chat area?
Oh,
so I can
God.
just copy it into a sheet.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because typing that out is going to be a bit of a pain.
Yeah.
If you can just select and...
There's nothing to
Copy it.
select. I'm making it out of my mind.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. It's just typical survival gear. So basically, when you reach your limit of survival gear, I'll tell you it's gone. Or you're getting close to ending it. But typical survival gear is what you're getting from that.
No worries.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that leaves us with
Locker number 3.
locker number 3.
Oh,
there we go.
okay. Well, in there you find a submachine gun. Yeah, 1 submachine gun with however many magazines you had. Your armor, any of your... No money, but, well, you don't know where that is. But the physical gear that you had is all there. Alright.
Fantastic. Oh, look, it's
Does
my
that
gear.
look familiar?
And
Look at my sword.
And your sword, your broadsword, yeah. And he can pick that up and use that with great ease. Because you've only just realised that although his body's not like, well, actually, we should have described your character to them.
Okay, so my character has an E strength.
So he's phenomenal with the broadsword. He's a bodybuilder style gangster.
I have an above average education.
And he still chose to engage in crime.
Oh, still chose to be entangled with handcuffs.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I kind of just fell into it and
Yeah.
gotta go where the money is. Oh wait, where is my money?
You don't have it. That's the problem. Remember the other person screwed you over, turned you in.
So the money, IRL. So the money that I have left over, do I delete it?
Don't forget you don't have any personal money, but the money that your boss was looking forward to, and he's not a forgiving man.
Well, I slapped an rack on the butt. Knock yourself out, mate. I pick up the survival rifle, seeing as I'm currently unarmed.
In the locker, there are 2 auto pistols.
Oh, sweet. I'll take one of them, I think.
Oh, you said 2 auto pistols.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So this is in addition to the auto rifles.
The auto rifles are in the cab. The auto pistols are in the locker.
How many shots for the auto pistols?
Have to look it up. Auto pistol. There's also 2 suits of cloth armor.
Ooh.
Revolver,
So
auto pistol.
15 round mags for an auto pistol. Are there
Right.
spare magazines in there?
15. A magazine containing 15 cartridges fits into the handle of the pistol. There you go. It's also ammunition is interchangeable with submachine gun ammunition. Yeah. So, and there would be 2 extra cartridges. 2 extra magazines per pistol.
So, in total, 3 clips each.
Well, I'll do a swap one of those auto pistols and a couple of mags.
How many in a mag? 15 or 20?
15.
Okay.
Okay, so can I get from the hunters a roll, please?
Do you want me to roll?
One each.
Or
One each.
one each?
You both got a weapon, to use, not counting the hand cannon.
2d6.
Yep.
Oh, look at my roll.
Yep. Does J-Max have any?
Dex bonus, jack of all trades.
Okay, no, all good. Okay, rightio. So you both come back empty-handed. You can smell food.
Oh, okay.
You can smell
Hey,
roast
what gives,
beef.
guys?
Roast beef of some sort.
Do tell where that smell's coming from.
Yeah, I think they must have killed the rack and roasted him over a fire.
Excellent. Is he tender?
It's not one of the people that we shot earlier on a couple of days ago.
No. So, in that locker, there is around about 60. Well, now there's 2 less. 58 MREs.
Well, I still think we should be hunting, but it means that we can sort of like opportune hunt more than anything, like, fly for a day. When we go down at night, go out for an hour's hunting, see what we can get.
Yep.
Because if you bring something down, you're going to have more than enough food for a day or so.
Providing it's edible.
Yeah,
Guys, there's 4 of us. There's enough food there for 2 weeks.
So we want
I'd
to
say you've got plenty to be going on with.
And you travel roughly 4 hexes a day at full
would
tip.
we be able to double that if we were alternating driving?
Alternating driving? You mean half rations?
No. So one person drives during the day, one person drives during
Oh,
the night,
actually.
and we just go straight away.
Yeah, you can do that if you want to.
What do you think, guys?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds
boss.
good.
Absolutely.
So who else has air aft? Anybody?
No, but
Jot it is.
Jot and
Oh, everyone comes with air aft 0. Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Flying.
how about just my thought is if I fly during the night, because that's probably when you're going to get a penalty for the air aft. Somebody else flies during the day. We'd probably be able to get there. Let's just fly straight there, pretty much.
Yep, sounds good to me.
I'll give it a go.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, I wasn't in the Air Force because I heard the Air Force was for, you know, Air Force people. But I'll give it a go.
Okay. So, so to get that arrow pointy thing, if, everyone, you hold down your Alt key, you go to the circle with like what looks like the comb, and you pick that, and then whatever hex you start in, you then drag to wherever you want to go. So, there you go. So, over here, what is the direction you guys are planning on or plotting on travelling in?
I would have thought we would try that, and then basically come down and follow it this way.
Okay.
Yeah,
that would be my recommendation.
Okay then. So let's have a look.
Shortest route, great circle.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. On that day there. Oh, hang on. No, you're traveling. That's one night. That's one whole day because you're. Oh. You're going to need. Everyone's going to have to take a turn. Everyone takes a 6-hour flying shift.
Cool.
That's going to be difficult when you've got to change drivers.
So we can do.
It won't be. Look, let me suggest this. We do from there to there. That's like almost 2, right? Then we put the vehicle down. The 2 who are in the front get into the back, and the ones who are in the back go into the front. That way, the other people have a place that they can actually lie down and go to sleep, and then they can go from there to there.
Okay.
And do the same thing.
Rightio. Just remember, Traveller works in cycles of 6 hours. So anything over your working 6-hour day can eventually lead to penalties. But so you're going to go.
The other alternative is we can go from there to there, which would be, and then from there to there.
Yep.
How many hexes can we do on a day?
I'm just trying to work that out.
In a shift, sorry.
So in a shift, I did the shift wrong. In a day, you can travel 12 hexes. So 3 hexes each.
3 hexes each.
So from there to there is 1.
Yep.
From there to there is 2.
There is 3. Is 3. Yeah,
and
2.
And then 3. And then
3's
4.
there.
So we can stop there. That's not working for me now.
No.
We can stop at this hex that we're pivoting on at the beginning of the next day.
Yep. And look for food and water.
Yep.
Just means the last person will have the person who does the golfy bit will take a bit longer, but that's okay. So the first 3 are fine because you'll fit that in quite nicely there. It's just that piece across there. So you travel that way. Basically, as you come out over here, you are now quite. How high do you want to be?
Nap of the earth.
Okay. So you'll see below you in the water over here somewhere. This really large, dark shape that breaks the water. The only thing you could sort of call it is like it's sort of squid whale-like, with like a double row sideways, not down the length of its trunk. It does have some down the trunk, extra ones, but fins or serrated edges. You're not quite sure whether it's like dinosaur-like or whale-like or shark-like, but you don't see all of it, but it's big. You'd guesstimate that thing would be around about 100 times the size of your vehicle.
Holy shit.
How high is NOE?
How what? Sorry.
Now the Earth is really close, so we probably want to go up a bit.
Yeah, let's get some height.
Okay. So you sort of now have had a bit of an indication about how big these creatures can grow. Some of them. Basically, I'm just going to try to map it out real quickly. Freehand. Okay, you're there. So you travel sort of there. You cross there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where you swap over on land. 1, 2, 3. Any place particular you want to go through?
Follow the coastline.
3, 4, 5, 6. It's basically where you end up on your first day's travel. Oh no, day and a half. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where you end after 2 days travel.
While we're travelling along, do we see any animals we could hunt? Say opportunistic hunting.
If you're going to put down, are you putting down?
Just as we're flying by.
Yeah, you're up pretty high and moving very, very fast. It's not going to be easy to see anything unless it's really big. And then do you really want to encounter it?
200 kilometers an hour, guys.
Pardon?
We're doing 200 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. I mean that would be
not so much.
Easy enough to see, like cows on a sort of hill, sort of thing, or horses or something like that we can take, say, pot shots at.
You don't see anything that small.
Oh, okay.
You will see some other bigger things. Things that are moving on the land that would be about 3, perhaps 4 times the size of a fully grown African elephant.
Okay, that's a lot of meat.
Jerome, what are you doing with the radio?
I'm just listening and basically scanning through the various frequencies to see if I can pick anything up.
There is one or something to the south of you somewhere. It would appear to be some sort of station or farm station sort of thing. They seem to be talking to someone else about weather and product and moving product somewhere, and yeah, it seems more of that sort of nature talking. You do get when you're just flicking through the chat, you're trying to just flick through the whole scale.
Yeah, if I pick something up, I'll listen for a bit, see what I pick up. But
okay. Well, there is one. Yep, there is a channel that it's pretty obvious that it's the operating channel for this particular conveyance and its headquarters. There is an APB out for basically this vehicle. It's gone missing in the Atlan area. They have found a site, but the mass required, it's not the vehicle, but it's some other sort of possibly anti-grav vehicle with some sort of human remains, but they're not sure what.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, just come on. Is picking a specific skill? Or is that
You're gonna have to move closer to the microphone. Sorry, Dean, I can't hear you.
Sorry. Is picking a specific skill? Or does that come under computers?
I'm still missing what you're saying.
Is the task hacking?
Hacking.
encompasses
Hacking.
under
Right.
computer skill.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay. In regards to the
Basically, but there's no computer
radio-
on board. It's a radio.
In regards to the radio transmissions,
Mhm.
let's not make our presence known.
Mhm.
Yep, let's just keep moving, guys. We've got food for 2 weeks, or 12 days now, for the 4 of us in the back. There's no need to stop, no need to hunt. Just keep flying.
Okay. So, how high up do you want to be flying? In meters. In meters.
Given the size of the critters around the place, I'd be saying about 2,000 or 3,000 metres minimum.
No, but then you're a radar signature.
Small vehicle, I wouldn't stress over it.
About the size of the small vehicle that disappeared. Yeah, we'd appear on somebody's radar.
Yeah, I'm thinking you still can go nap at the Earth. I mean, especially on land, you're going to see any monster that you're going to want to avoid just pop up whenever you have to, because you're going to have to keep your eye on the ground in front of you. So if you're going, like swinging around especially in this kind of area here, which is it's not pinging.
You need to have your
In this
pointer.
area here, which is hills. Yeah. Which is hills. Like you can swing in and out of the hills. You can still be like 20 meters up in the air and be under the hill tops, so to speak. Once I take it this is grasslands, is it?
Mm-hmm. I thought you guys were travelling along the coastline.
Yeah, we're just trying to make best speed.
Okay.
Where we can take, say, shots of opportunity and stuff.
Okay, so what's the travelling distance you guys are all feeling happy with? Is it going to be 20 metres? Is it going to be 50 metres, 100 metres, more? And then if you need to, pop up when you need to.
How far above the water did that beastie jump?
About 20, 30 metres.
Okay, well, how about 40 metres off the ground? Off the water.
Okay. That's what you want. That's cool. Okay, 40 metres, moving along the coastline, trying to take best advantage of the terrain. Cool.
Yep.
Okay. So
we don't make very much noise, so it's going to be pretty hard to spot us.
Yep. Who has mechanical skill? JOT, huh? Can you... Anyone got Joe? Okay. The Jot people, if you don't have mechanical, you need to make a roll.
I do have mechanical. Sorry,
cool.
I do have mechanical.
Okay. If you can give me a mechanic roll, please.
What's this for?
Just to see if this bucket is holding together. Diagnostics at the moment is, you are a little bit worried about the power plant because it's running. It's probably going to last you. But in a couple of days it might be good just to hold off for a day or so, just to let everything sort of, and give it a really good shake out.
Yep, all right. Well, how about, guys, we aim for the middle of this hex here, the grassland, because I think if anything, grassland is going to be, we'll be able to spot anything coming for us monster-wise fairly quickly. We'd also be able to see anything coming from the air fairly quickly, although they'd be able to see us. We can land, we can do a once-over, I can do a once-over of the vehicle, and if we need to, we can hightail it into the forest or into the hills or into the mountains.
Okay, cool. So travelling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. Okay, so 8 would be roughly 3/4 into the day, so it's late afternoon when you get there. Now you need to do another mechanical sweep. Who's got electronic might want to actually do their electronics roll just to make sure everything's in functioning order.
I shall run an electronics check on the flight controls.
Okay, Leon can tell you that this is the upside, that's the downside, and he doesn't remember which side's which. With the roll of 3. Okay, electronic roll.
I gather we're going to stay here the night, are we, gentlemen?
I think so. I think if we stay overnight and left in the morning, we can actually get out and stretch our legs and sleep out under the stars.
Mm-hmm.
Have a chance to have a good night's sleep. Well, that gives me plenty of time to
Do we
take
have
my time over
like
this.
shifts?
You might want shifts.
How about instead of us landing and stuff, we just let it hover on idle?
That's still activating the
so-
whole thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's still working. So that he's trying to work out if anything's getting to a point where it needs to be,
Well,
what you gotta watch out.
if we turn it off, can we start it up again?
Probably not.
Right, but you can stop. You can lower it so it's landing on the ground. It's still ready to engage, but it's not
Take the strain
turned
off
off.
the grav units.
Kind of
Yeah.
idling.
Yeah, idling. You're moving it to an idle, whereas hovering still's using him. So Jerome, you're pretty happy with the electrics in the system. You're not terribly worried. You're just going to wait for Leon to give you his confirmation or whatever what he thinks. Over to
No
Leon.
warning signals on the sensors or anything then?
Well, I got a 3, so I don't know what.
What do you want to say?
That was a perfectly good roll. So everything looks good.
Yeah, everything looks fine.
Okay,
that's it.
right. You're away in the morning. Okay. So,
I'll be sleeping in the back, so
Yep.
I'm not going to be sleeping down where all the ticks and worms and all sorts of shit is that comes out of the ground during the night. So I'll
Okay.
be in a nice big steel box, which is relatively safe.
So back to what I said before, should we do a shift? It'd be like 12 hours. So 3
Well,
hours each.
do
2 on, 2 off.
Yeah, shifts are smart, I think.
Okay. I'll take first watch.
okay.
I can take second watch.
All right, and third watch and fourth watch.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, rightio.
Grey guard shift it, please.
You all die. No, you don't. End of game. No, you make it through. There's some really odd noises around about 3 in the morning. Something in the nearby forest. Well, not nearby really, because it's like over 200 kilometers away. But there's a noise coming from over there. So it's a big noise. That's a loud noise. Unless there's something to do with this atmosphere that amplifies noise, but you haven't noticed that before.
One of the scopes, wasn't it infrared or light intensifier or something like that?
Magnifier was infrared, night vision.
Okay, so anything sort of anywhere near us during the night?
During
scan around?
yeah, I guess you'd be handing it to each other to do occasional scans while you're up. No, nothing. When you do try to get a fix on the forest, nothing visible on the forest front itself, but there's something every now and then that breaches the canopy of the forest.
Okay, like a flyer or something.
Sort of comes up and goes down real quick.
Oh, okay.
So possibly some long-necked thing, or it's big. It's very big.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, it's bigger than us. It's got right of way.
And you will probably see it coming from several miles off. Should it actually leave the forest, because it is big. You're putting it.
Provoke it.
No, you're putting it at
So
about
I'll take it then
5 or
that,
6 stories high. Sorry.
So I take it then that we've made it through to dawn, and
Yes. Yep.
we were
Another couple of
swapping
meals.
over breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Leon, do you just want to check things again today? And Jerome, do you just want to check things again, just to confirm the results?
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
He's not too worried about the ship, although it may be best to rest every 4 or so days for the power plant, because he has seen some evidence of some overheating. Some of the insulation and some other bits and pieces are starting to singe a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so about every 4 days might be a good thing to do.
Sure. Well, we're going to be there like in about 2 more lots of 4 days, so it's about halfway, isn't it?
You're getting close. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jerome, what do you want to say about yours?
Diagnostics are inconclusive at this time.
Okay. In other words, I have no frickin' idea.
But you got a fairly good roll the night before.
Yeah.
So
Everything was fine last night. I don't see any changes.
Great. Except for
Okay.
somebody chewing on the power conduit. But anyway, okay, so you take off in your planned movement stuff, and you're still wanting to go straight through the coasts.
We'll just see if we can. Let's have a look. See if we can cut through like that, maybe.
Okay. How high do you want to? Yeah, how high do you want to go above the forest?
I think, like, basically, especially here, like at the forest, it's a hilly forest, right? Because it's hills and forest.
Yep.
So, you know, like, we can be in the valley part of the hills below the treetops of the
top of the hills,
the highest of the hills, but sort of like sweeping through so that we're below the canopy, but above the canopy below us, so to speak. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you'd have a maximum height there of around about 90 meters.
That's fine.
Okay.
Now, what is this? Is that desert?
It's Stony Desert. The 3 dots is Sandy Desert. The 2 dots is, I believe, Stony Desert.
Right. Okay. So when we get to the grasslands, like we can go down to basically just above the ground and hightail it.
Yep.
And same with the Stony Desert. When you say Stony Desert, stones are small stones, or they're like boulders?
You know how the first one was like hilly and flat, and you had the little washed out ravine sort of things?
Yep.
It's slightly more magnified than that, and there are some protrusions that come up off the ground, so it's not flat like the previous one. It's more mesa sort of, well, you'll see it more mesa when you get there.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the same again at the forest. This volcano thing and the mountains. I imagine that we'd be able to find a path that's below the tops of the mountains that we can go at speed.
And that's where the day takes you.
Okay.
Yep.
No.
God damn it.
I love it when the referee says, God damn it.
Yeah, I just want a certain roll. Anyway, so that's one day. Next day? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go all the way to the other side. But the problem is in keeping the hex. So it's that hex there, across to that hex there, across to that hex there, that one there, that one there. Blimmin' heck, this is hard to do.
About
There to there. So you've done 4 already.
If you span out,
the last step, isn't it?
Eh?
it'd be about there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. So,
Pop out there.
yep. So where do you want to go from this point?
Probably in a direction like that,
Okay, so
And
across
then-
water.
Let me zoom back in.
up and that way.
Hang on, I just need to go out a little bit so I can. Okay, rightio. So
It's just
So I'm thinking, like
Like
if
it
we,
right there,
if,
yeah.
if we coast, are you going to go all the way across to there?
yeah, rather than spend too long over water.
okay,
Yep, fair enough.
okay,
Just follow the
Because
coastline on that.
if we did go this way, I only really got that little bit across water.
Yeah, that's right.
Here, and then that bit, because that's joined up us together.
okay.
Precisely.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hang on.
Hey guys, how about just having a rethink about this machinery that's going down?
Yeah.
How about we spend every night on the ground, and that way we can give it a good spell and travel during the day.
Yeah.
In three shifts of 6 hours, so we'd spend 6 hours on the ground sleeping, so to speak. And the other people who aren't flying can sleep in the back anyway, so there's going to be plenty of sleep time. And that way we're going 3 shifts on the ground, in the air, 1 shift on the ground.
Yeah,
Okay,
sounds reasonable.
Sounds cool.
Okay, so just need to recalculate that, guys. Give me a second. Ka-ching. 200 times 18. Okay.
Do we pick anything else up on radio?
Yeah, lots of chatter. You've been sighted by someone because they reported you're like back over here somewhere. You reported being seen.
Oh, okay.
So,
So back over where?
back over here somewhere. See, what you do with this is you cut this out and you join the things together, and it makes roughly a 10-sided, a 20-sided thing that looks like a world. That's the way to go across.
Yeah, dodecahedron.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you're moving again. Still, whoop, wrong thing. Okay, so the next day you're moving 12, and then you're going to try to put down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're going to have to travel a little bit more to get there. 2 more hexes.
Yep.
Okay, and you put down, which I love because it gives me an extra. Oh, come on, an extra counter roll. Okay, and then you're heading. Nothing happens, by the way. It's just a very barren, sort of rocky, deserty place.
And we're looking at going to
How's the radio chatter?
It's still quite. From what you're hearing, they're not that far behind you.
Let's change direction.
Also, they suddenly you get the idea that suddenly they realize that you might hear them because the chatter starts getting coded, and you really don't start to understand what they're saying.
Yep, let's change direction and go NOE just in case they've got radar.
Okay.
Do I have any chance of getting a distance or direction on them based on signal strength?
Yep. Where you go. Make your electronics roll. Yep. +1 is 8. Yeah, they're probably about 2 days behind you at full tit.
Okay.
Well, I'll pass this information on to the rest of the crew then and suggest that we push on rapidly.
So if we go, let's just have a bit of a play with this. If we went to here,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's not. queue as much. Right? Oh, it's not working either. There we go. And
But our goal is the spaceport, so I say we just head straight for it.
We've got to go to the city beforehand.
Yes, remind me where the city is.
The red square.
Red Square? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our destination, so...
So what you're saying, Leon, is sort of travel until you sort of get roughly here,
this area.
and then from there sort of go straight.
Yep.
Pretty much.
But how long is it going to take us to walk a hex? It's 400 kilometres.
Yeah, long
So
time.
we can't walk a hex. Yeah.
You're going to have to put the
20
vehicle
guys.
down pretty close to the city,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
Sorry.
leave it and
we-
find some other way to get to the city.
if we come into this area here,
Yep.
change direction of slightly this way,
Mm-hmm.
so we're not actually going beeline for the city,
Yep.
right? And then we can change it, sort of like scoot around here and scoot around into the city. So
It's got
as
an
far as-
alternative.
as far as
An alternative.
they're aware, we're heading sort of like in a direction like this,
Mm-hmm.
and us changing basically direction to this will throw them. Hopefully they're going to carry on that way, while we're going to scoot up this way.
But I think they'll think we're going to the starport. I mean, well, that's kind of where we would be going. So my thought is to go like out this way,
Mhm.
And then we can go like this.
Yeah, I agree with that one, Leon.
Okay, sounds cool.
Not definitely that way, but yeah, I agree with the changing direction thing. But my thought is if they're here, right, and they head towards the city, and we go your way, they're going to have a risk of getting us this way. If we go up this way, then
I have an idea.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm kind of new to sci-fi games, as Steve knows. Okay, what if we... This might be a lot of work, by the way. What if we set off a distress signal? Is this possible? To set off a distress signal?
Mm-hmm.
There is a distress beacon in the back of the survival kit. Yeah,
Okay,
we saw
so
that.
What if we set off a distress signal at a location, backtracked, so we went backwards, and then headed up from there?
Somebody would
Is
just
there any?
have a look at the signal, and then they would just come in from orbit straight onto the place. It would only take them a
but
matter of hours.
How long will it take for them to get to the signal?
Hours, if that.
Matter of hours, if that.
Okay, well, I worked out in my head.
Just one expanding on his ideas though.
Yep.
Would Mr. Electronics Expert be able to set up a timer so that we can get to here, right? Set up the distress signal on a timer,
So that
Go
it went
ahead.
off.
heading off in our fancy thing, and then it goes off like in a day there, and then they might draw back to it.
Thank you.
If we find one of those big creatures, we can see if we can drop it on the creature.
So it gets dragged around with the.
Oh, I can see that going really so many ways.
Okay,
Well, I figure I could read a timer or a remote. That should be no problem.
Can our electronics expert rig a timer to go off in a day? Because we know that they're 2 days behind us, and that would give us 3 days. I don't know how this shit works to get ahead.
It would be a distraction. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it
Okay.
might not do anything, but it might do something.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about this for ages, maybe like the last half hour, but I was like, this is a stupid idea. Okay, maybe it's not. Let's do this.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Oh.
let's do that.
Okay, Jerome, I'm going to need an electronics roll for you to see if you can jury rig a timer.
Please roll high. Please roll really, really high.
This is a once a thing.
Okay, well, it's not like I'm going to be rushed to do this because I can do this in my off shift. So I'll take my time.
Mm-hmm.
plus
I've got the
one,
toolkit
So you
there,
get a
so
plus 8
that's
for that, right?
2,
+2.
and then electronics.
Oh, look at that.
Good number.
Cry, baby, cry, make your mother sigh.
Right. So
So how many
whereabouts?
nanoseconds do you want it to go off in?
A day's worth of seconds.
So I'm just gonna I'm gonna privately high five myself because I think that was a really good idea.
Okay. Now you do realise, Dean, that in Traveller you don't get experience points.
Yeah, no, I don't care. I'm just high fiving
Okay.
myself. 'Cause
Audio.
that was actually a
All
idea
good.
that was
No,
out.
that's all good. All good.
Wait,
Okay.
Wait, you didn't get experience points in Traveller?
No.
You know what? Okay, come on. That was a good idea.
But you don't get it. Okay. Okay. You can have.
You survived.
You can have
How did you know
1,000
to?
experience points. That don't worth anything but have 1,000 experience points if it makes you feel better.
Hey,
Um,
this is my third Traveller game. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a different sort of game. This one, although it has some comedy in it.
We all get 4 million experience points
Yeah.
for what we've done so far, and
Yeah.
it costs 28 billion experience points to go up a level in anything.
Yeah.
It's not about the
Yeah, that's
ride,
the
it's
trouble.
about the experience.
Your reward for thinking well is you survive to the next time. That's basically it in Traveller.
Okay.
I will say I think it is a failing in Traveller that you don't improve.
You can with the experience
You can.
rules.
It's just
What
very
experience
slow.
rules?
The-
Just exceedingly slow.
You can go on a
So-
physical regime for 4 years. You can try to do one of two other things: either learn 2 new weapon skills, or improve 2 existing skills, or learn my home rule is, or learn 1 skill you don't know. You got to make a dedication roll, and it takes you 4 years.
Yeah.
And you can do a
Well,
physical
you can
regime with
do
one of the other
sabbatical,
2.
Go to college. Oh.
Well, I did the physical regime, and hey, look at me. I'm buff, strong, and kind of smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I skipped arm day and leg day.
Right. Okay, so just as I draw it, tell me where you want to drop it, okay? So I think I've got where you want to go. 2, 3, 4,
We're heading
5.
to this point first.
Yep. 6, 7.
In fact, I tell you what.
Over
Hang
there.
on, let me do this. Hang on.
You can plot it. Yep.
So if we go there,
Yep.
there, there. Tell me if you don't agree with this, guys. In fact, how about we renegotiate there, because that might be an area that like there might be shipping or something like that. We might be able to. How's that look as a path, guys? You happy with that?
Sounds good.
Okay.
So do you want to? So do you want to just draw that like in a different coloured pen?
I'm just going.
That way we
Yeah,
don't
I'm just
have to-
doing it in green. Yeah. Didn't quite see it, but that's okay. I know roughly what you're doing. You're up to
It's
about
still there.
here.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just counting the
I was
hexes as I
literally
go.
got
1,
the
2,
beacon
3,
here
4,
where we are
5,
right now.
I'll be right back.
7. Okay. Just give me a second. Yeah. Boom. That's where it is.
Now, I think we dropped the thing here,
Oh, I'll
the
put it up
distress
here.
signal there. When we drop the distress signal there, because we don't want to be too far off the path that we're going on. You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember if it was Jerome or Jomax who said that hopefully they'll be continuing going that way.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to continue going that way, or go to the starport, we don't want to be sort of like over here dropping it off. You know what I mean? Because it's dragging
No,
us
exactly.
to us.
Yeah, but before we do the change in direction, we want to drop it off on the current line that we're going.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
right.
So you're saying like back here?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
So they think we're going straight on, and then we start curving. If we start curving and changing, and then drop it, they're going to know something's up.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. 20. 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 2 days of travel. You dropped it 2 days ago. The chatter you've got at the beginning of this stage, you start travelling, is they've discovered the distress beacon. There's several vehicles went there. They sort of break the code, and you understand that they are a little pissed, to say the least. If anything, you've just rolled them up a bit more. And they give codes, but they give directions, but they're in code, but they're actually encoding them in 2 different directions. So you're not sure which directions they're going in, but they're going to travel in directions.
Is there any way which we can try and work out what the code is?
None of you had the appropriate skills, but you can try Jot. It's going to be a very, very difficult penalty.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
How about computer
Very high
use
intelligence.
and put in the information into somebody's got a handheld computer?
Which was on your
Okay.
original
Yes.
air raft,
Oh, okay, and that's
and
missing.
that's
Okay.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, but you can try to crack it with a Jot.
Fostered with intelligence? Who's the most intelligent? I am an intellectual giant. My intelligence is 6.
That's amazing.
I've been into 9.
Oh, I'm a
So-
complete powerhouse at 4.
Whoa, you guys scare me.
Yeah. So who is that that said that? Number
Looks
4?
looks like
me.
Narek has 9.
Jamie.
Socrates,
Who had a 4?
morons.
Pardon?
Who had a 4?
Have you heard of Plato?
J-Mac.
Socrates?
J-Mac, you and I hang around each other because you make me look smart.
Ah, excellent.
Great.
Oh, dear.
So I take it the
And
Baron
much
doesn't have a high intelligence either.
The Baron has an intelligence of 14. He's a smart bastard.
Oh, right. So
Yes.
might be something else you want to try.
He was literally having a crack at Plato and Socrates.
Okay, cool. And did you have Jot?
I do have Jot.
Okay, if you
There
want
you go.
to make a
Start
roll,
doing the-
it's who knows. You're going to get a total of -4 on your roll.
So this will be 2d6.
Yep, -4, and that's including the bonus for your high intelligence.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Codes are tricky things, boys.
hmm
And remember, I'm doing this accountant style. I'm trying to work it out with a pencil.
No,
Yeah.
not this one. Not this one.
With a -1, you think you've broken the code.
Yeah. Oh, it's so obvious. They're going to head off into space.
They've all gone home.
Yeah. They go. No,
I don't-
one group's heading into space. The other group's drilling down to the core of the planet.
And this is the thing. With the time that do we all spend time in the military?
Navy here.
You got Navy, Merchant, Scout, and you are the Army.
Would it make a difference if I did a roll? Like in my time in the army, would I have learned how to break code?
If you have the skill, you have the skill. Otherwise, you're just trying to get it with your intelligence. And do
Okay,
you have
let's-
Jot?
I don't have Jot.
Oh
but
God,
I've got intelligence.
you're not going to get the roll you need. It's for you. It's impossible.
Nothing's impossible.
Not even sheer absolute luck. You need to roll 3d6 and get an 18.
Oh. Well, it's the effort that counts. I mean,
Yeah. Because he's got Jot, his -9 got taken down to a -6. His intelligence gave him another -2 off that penalty, so he only had -4. And he's got the best chance in the group.
okay, so how close can we get to the red square and then drop the vehicle off?
Well, you're about to do some of that in a second. So,
Just
Yep.
keep going with the plan, boys.
yep. So, Jerome,
What you can do.
listening
just
to the
keep on
radio.
track.
Yep, listening to
Yep.
the radio.
I
They,
can still detect strength and direction, though, can't I?
yeah. The broadcast is you're guesstimating something.
Mm-hmm.
that probably the closer you get to the city, the easier that you are going to be discovered.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
And no, I can't tell you that, but yeah. But we'll have to leave it there. So okay, so we'll just travel with.
How about, guys? If we go to here, this part of the peninsula, and we can look out in this direction to see if there's any shipping or anything like that. We can get a vague idea of what's going on in this sea. Because if there's like harbours or like any kind of civilization along the way, we may be able to, like scarper off the air aft now and jump on try and smuggle ourselves on board a ship or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 2,000,
You're not going to
2,500
see much
kilometres of sea in that area.
Unless there's people in ships here. What I'm saying is that this is the population centre. As we get closer and closer to that, there's going to be more and more. Like, there's going to be out settlements, and there's going to be fishing vessels, and there's going to be various other things that are sort of like going to be, and they're going to be in this sea more than they're going to be like in this sea.
Yep. Can see that. I mean, there'd be more spaceships. There'd be more ships in the air. There's going to be more radar and detection. There's going to, like you say, there's going to be more settlements. So it's going to be harder and harder for us to basically get through the area.
It's also going to be easier for us to hide amongst them.
Yep.
What if we disguise ourselves? That's it from me.
Okay.
Oh, we
So-
look like a Reaver ship.
You're carrying through the mountains?
Speaking of settlements, have we spotted anything?
Not where you're flying at the moment, no.
Actually,
Right,
what
okay.
if we stopped? If we could find a small village.
This isn't
or
fantasy.
Like a merchant trading space.
A community.
Community. Sorry. What if there was a small community within I don't know how many hexes of this space, and we brought clothing and stuff and dressed like they did, and then walked from our location to the Red Square.
Okay, you've got to remember, Dean, each one of these little hexes is 458 kilometers wide.
We could ride horses over a long period
Across
of time.
the water.
Oh, okay. Well,
There's some good ideas there, guys. You just have to modify it a little bit. Do you want me to continue through the forest, through the mountains?
Well, let's get to this point here, and then
Yep.
we'll look at things from
sorry,
there
I
on.
have a question. So, are there merchant trading ships in this space?
That will take to the afternoon of one of the days. Are there merchant trading ships? Oh, that's what brought you here.
Yeah, but what if we?
I think you need surface ships.
So, what was that?
Are you saying sailing ships?
Yeah, those. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, you haven't been anywhere where there's been enough civilization for them to be. No.
And that's what I'm saying. That as we get into this area here, that sea is going to be more civilized than this sea.
Yep.
So
Then what if we? Okay, so this is my idea, and then someone can articulate it for me. So what if we found a merchant trading space, and we just somehow disguise ourselves as the merchant, as a merchant, lied our way or whatever onto a ship, and use that ship to get us from where we are to a port or to where we need to go.
Hold on. Couple of thoughts. Okay, just bear with me. If we head into, say, this area here, we can look for, say, like a sailing ship, bump off the crew.
God.
Yep, I like that idea.
Go into, and then sail the ship in. We can ditch the craft or the turn off the craft, and it will hit the water and sink. So as long as they don't have radio or something like that and transmit that they're under attack, we sort of disappear. The other thing that we've got is we have a radio. We also have a anti-grav vehicle, which after a few hours can reach orbit. And if there is a ship in orbit, we can talk to, say, a sympathetic captain and request berthing. So we can just uplift from the planet straight out of the atmosphere.
That's good for 3 out of 4 of you.
Yep. So we might have to evacuate them.
Is
That's
it me
okay,
that it's
I-
not good for? I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. But you know, you've helped
one
along
person-
the way, so
One person may have to hold their breath for a while.
It's going to get mighty cold out there too.
no, okay, look, a couple of comments on that. One, I'm not comfortable with killing off some innocent people that are just sitting there sailing
Exactly.
their boat. I don't like that idea. But if we got a long enough rope, we could lower Narak down the rope and go into orbit. And then when we got to orbit,
That's kilometers of rope.
then when we get to orbit, we can lower down the back suit and drag him up.
Oh, and in the survival
does it matter
gear,
if I have a disguise kit?
is there any sort of
Like,
You know,
I've got items that I-
success is almost within reach, guys, and you're just disintegrating nicely right now.
Okay,
I mean,
there has to be a way
guys,
for us to
please.
I mean,
Okay.
Narak's not been part of this, so he could melt into a city,
hmm
and
Are we
we
here?
could continue
Are we
into
here?
orbit.
You're where the dot finishes. Where the dot finishes.
Right. Can we look out into the sea? Are there any surface vessels in that sea?
From a height of how, remember, the higher you go, the better you can see, but the easier you are to be seen.
Okay, I have an
Okay.
idea.
Hang on a rec.
Yeah.
How high would we be able to go, given that's a mountain hex? How high would we be able to go and still remain under the canopy of the trees
The top of the
and
mountain.
then look out? Right. So, however high that is how high I suggest we go. Now let's listen to Durak's idea.
What if you guys took me in?
There might be some more explanation needed for that statement.
Okay, so what
Oh,
if
you mean like
guys-
adopting you or something? Or
No, what if... Okay, so obviously this wouldn't work because I'm wanted, I would assume.
So are we.
now you get to know about their crimes.
But what if you disguise yourselves as bounty hunters and then took me in under the guise of having a ruthless, horrible criminal?
I don't think that'll work.
Suspect we'd be picked up at the first basic identity check.
Okay, also I have no idea, like I said before, this is my third game of Traveller, but you could always take me in.
How much is your bounty? Like, how much are you worth?
How much am I worth, Steve?
150 credits?
Oh no. He's with he doesn't know, so. But you know.
Well, actually, that's a good point. What if we don't pretend to take him in? What if we actually take him in?
I can see the sides coming off this plan right now.
It's like do the Chewbacca thing. I'm just going to put these handcuffs on you and pretend to put them on him, and then like lock them tight.
Hold
And
on,
go,
we
right
could
now
do
we've
this.
got.
We could do this so that like I overthrew everyone and overthrew the ship, and then someone somehow managed to get out and restrain me, and the distress signal was sent by one of you guys to alert, you know, but because of my history and all the things I've done, I managed to somehow get out, and we landed in the spot, and you guys look battered and bruised. No shade.
Okay, let's abandon that idea. How does everybody else think about going up to the top of the mountain and having a look and
Okay,
seeing?
well,
if
you're
there's
not the one getting thrown off the side of a ship, okay? Like, I have a voice and I'm wanted.
Sorry, Dean, I don't mean laugh. That sounds so woke of you, but these guys, they've just killed just about everybody on the planet they came from. They didn't really have too much of a problem with that.
I'm trying to be as sci-fi as I can.
Yep.
The only thing I know is taking me in.
Okay, we're broke. We've got an entire 2 planets after us, and you're worth money.
Then figure out what if you could find out how much money I was worth by the
Oh my god.
And the other thing you've got to remember is one of the ideas that we came up with was to kill everybody on a ship and steal the ship. I don't personally like that idea, but that was actually put to people as an idea. So these are the caliber of people that you're talking to.
I mean, we could take those people and put them at the top of a mountain, and then go and take their ship and sail, and hopefully get somewhere before they reach civilization to alert people.
That's a little bit of a better idea, but let's get into the.
What if I just sacrifice myself for you guys?
I'm not sure.
Let's not do that yet. Let's go to the top of the mountain and see if we can see anything out in this sea. Does everybody agree with that or not?
Sounds good.
Okay. Radio. So
I've got no problem with observation.
Right.
As long as I get to hit something, I'm happy.
You may not yet. Well, it might be the ground from a great height, but I mean, you know. Okay. So I need everyone. Oh my god! I need everyone to give me a 2d6 flat roll. Just and you're all taking turns looking through the
I got an 8.
binocular thingies.
I got an 8 too.
Okay. There seems to be over here. Over here, you can see some sort of settlement.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
Hard to make out because you are at the limit of the binoculars.
That's fine. That's fine. How about, guys, that we do this? Hang on, let me just bring the other thing up.
What if we just assimilate with them and take a galactic Bible with us?
Okay.
Knock, 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 knock. Hello, we're your galactic Mormon friends, and we've come to visit you and spread the faith.
Found underneath a rock somewhere?
Can I just say...
Okay, guys, this is my suggestion.
For nearly a year, I have not heard you laugh so much in one night.
Well, that's because these guys have such a ludicrous way of doing things. I love it.
Okay, so my suggestion is that we swing around like that, taking around about a day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Land the air raft far enough out, close enough that we can get to this settlement by walking, far enough out that we're not seen doing it.
Yep.
Then scout in. We've got Mr. Army Man who should know how to scout reasonably stealthy. I'm an ex-scout, so I'm probably got a bit of stealth experience up as well. And then go in and see what this settlement's about. See if we can maybe just leave the air raft and never come back to it and get on a ship. That'll be able to take us to here.
Okay, so I agree with that. And if we were to, assimilate with the people, would I get to use my streetwise, Steve?
Possibly.
Cool. Okay, well that sounds
Depends on how you want to use it. Okay, so...
I want to make friends with the women and children.
Right, I'm not sure why. 5, 6,
I'd suggest we just scout the settlements, see what sort of transportation's available, and make plans based on what we see.
Yep. So you get there around about...
Streetwise might come in handy, though. So.
Mid-afternoon is when you'd get there. Jerome, can you give me a 2d6, please? +1. +1.
+1.
You're thinking they're getting really close. somewhere within a day close to you, your location.
They're catching up.
They could even be within half a day, you don't know, but it's within a day's. Yeah.
Is there anything we can say set up that we sort of set it sort of like on autopilot with like some
Duration.
a stick, whatever, maybe a rock, so that it's going to sort of take off and then bail off in one direction while we're on the ground.
All
Like
you
a
do
manual
is
input, okay.
you just set it to
Set the
rise,
autopilot.
and it'll just go up all the time. The problem with that, of course, is they'll know where it's come from.
Yeah.
So you could set it to, I don't know, hover across the sea, I guess, in a direction at full tit.
Let's go.
Let's not do that yet. Sorry, I
Yep.
lost communication, so I may have missed something.
No, no,
which is vital
no, no.
to be said. But how about we don't do that yet? Let's go scout the settlement out first. Find out what we're going to do. Then we
Yeah,
can
but
come
if we
back.
leave, if we leave the ship here, they'll find us.
Not necessarily. If we put it on the ground-
did Leon hear that they are within a day's
No,
distance
he
from you?
didn't. He just so they are within a half a day to a day from us.
Right.
They're pretty
So
close
what-
behind us.
So what we want to do?
How far
is
are we from the settlement?
You stop, so you're about a K away. Put it in
so
some
we're gonna
hills
split up-
and
Guys,
wooded
look.
area.
We've got time to sneak in and scout it and see if we can maybe acquire some alternative transport, guys.
Yeah. Look, this
Alternative
hex that I imagine we're in is the one with the settlement in it. Is a forested, hilly area. Yeah.
Yep.
So we'd be able to find a forested gully area, turn the air aft completely off, which means there'd be no signature whatsoever.
Yeah, but they can
Cover it.
still locate us based on our last signature.
Yeah, but if we fly the air aft off, they're going to find it very, very quickly and still know where we originally came from our last signature.
Okay, so Narak, what friends do you have around here?
His biggest friends, were the ones that betrayed him, would have been at Ludnam, which is the capital city you're heading towards.
Okay.
But, as he said, he's got streetwise, so he can try to see if there's any local culture that he can ingratiate himself into.
Okay. Can add basically an air raft or whatever as a bargaining chip if they want to strip it down.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd be able to tell them where it is. Like if we camouflage, like I'm talking about, cut trees over, not whole trees, but like foliage
Cover
over it so that it camouflages it as well as we possibly can.
Yep.
And head off into the town. So
And being in the army, I'm pretty good at camouflage.
Maybe just stick it in a barn if there's a barn somewhere.
No, you're out in the wilderness. It's a pretty
but-
sparsely populated planet.
Oh, okay.
That's why you haven't seen much.
I'd like to deal with that. What he said.
So you put the machine on the ground, turn it off, or leave it on.
Guys, once we turn it off, we're committed.
Yep. Once it's off, it's off.
So I think it's a good idea to manually send it off in a different direction.
We're equally committed if we do that.
Okay, if we send it off in a different direction, we have no money. If we
Well,
put
you've
it
got gear to sell.
somewhere- we do have a little bit of gear. If we drop it somewhere, turn it off, and then basically sell the location for spare parts or whatever that somebody can salvage, cool, they run away with a bit of coin, we get some coin, and then we've got to find transport.
And they can rat us out.
Yeah, potentially.
The other thought is that Ball didn't particularly think highly of these people. So there is a chance that the local people don't think highly of these people. That's something which we'd probably be able to find out through Narak's Streetwise.
Yeah.
Go on.
Very, very good point. What is that letter? Whereabouts does that letter need to go?
In the capital.
In the capital, yeah.
So also, we don't actually know. I think this might be a thing, but we don't know the technology level of these, or do we? Of these people?
Jerome has been trying to find that out. He's got it pegged somewhere between 7 and 8.
Okay, so our shit, does it fit in with?
No. Because you need tech level 9 to have grav plates.
Our ship's in the middle of a military camp somewhere.
Your ship?
Yeah.
Your air raft?
No. Our spaceship is in the middle of a military camp.
Your spaceship is crashed somewhere on the planet, at the surface of the planet. You
So
drove down in an air raft.
Okay, so what we traveled on, right, is the tech level of the area. Are they going to be able to even use the tech if they were to scavenge it?
How are you going to find out?
No, I'm just asking in the general.
Okay, so let me put it to you this way: can a backwater village in deepest, darkest Africa make a Toyota Land Cruiser?
No.
But can they use one?
No.
Yes.
Of course they can.
Yep, they can. It's black box theory.
Basic instruction and they're away.
Okay, I don't understand
That's
black box
what-
theory, but
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So black box theory is you go to a caveman, you give them a pistol, like an automatic pistol. You say, point it in this direction, pull this thing. It will make a loud noise, and the person over there will fall over.
Are you fucking serious?
That's black box theory. So they put things into it,
No.
like shells into it,
way.
and then pull the trigger. They don't know how it works, but it just
But
works,
then the
and there's a
outcome.
big loud noise, and the person falls over.
They're not primitive. They just don't have the
Understanding.
capacity to build the
Oh,
technology.
wait, is black box theory an actual thing?
Yes.
No.
Look,
Okay. I'm
let's
gonna
put it
look
this way.
I'm gonna look this up.
You
Okay, then
you can't build a computer from scratch, can you?
Me, no.
But
You can use one. That's what tech level is. Tech level is manufacturing capacity. It's not ability
Okay.
to use an artifact. It's
Okay,
the ability to build
so
something.
then I agree with landing and letting the scavenger people have it.
Scavenger people. Okay.
So, are we agreed we're going to scout the settlement and see if we
Okay.
can't find ourselves some alternate transport?
I would like to. I'm looking up the Streetwise to see how it works, but I'd like to use my Streetwise thing to be able to assimilate or integrate.
No, basically Streetwise is used to see if you can ingratiate yourself into one of the subcultures, typically the underworld, to gain something that you're looking for, be it knowledge or an item or some advantage.
Or when you're talking to a bunch of people, not to make a social faux pas, because you kind of can tell what not to do and what not to
But
say.
it deals with subcultures as opposed to like liaison, which is to deal with a whole lot of different races and
Right.
things.
What's carousing do?
Carousing
What the fuck
is
carousing
similar,
for?
but it's just generally talking. It's just making people
Partying
comfortable
and
with
generally having
you,
a good time.
but making them comfortable with you so that you can then. It's almost like you're setting them up for a proposition, whereas Streetwise is I'm directly trying to find the information.
Can I use my Streetwise skill?
You can, but you got to get to the city first.
Okay. Let's
So-
get to it.
Oh, come on! I thought they
So
would do it.
out here, you wouldn't be able to use it. My vision of Streetwise would be you could go into the settlement and find out who, say, the burglars are and the underworld is, contact them.
Perhaps not
and-
that grosser mechanism, but it's in kind, sort of. Yeah,
Cool. Okay.
he can try to scout out some information.
So I
Okay.
could. Oh yeah. Okay. I will do that.
Okay, so you guys leave the vehicle behind. Are you turning it off? are you sending it off?
Okay, I have all my gear on me. I vote. that-
Shut it down. Shut it down and
Does
camouflage it.
anybody say not to shut it down?
Wait, could we take anything from the vehicle that we could carry that would be usable for these people and then send it off?
There's bits and pieces like from the
Because
survival pack.
we know that if we keep it here, they'll find a location, and it's going to take us how many days or how much time to get to the town, and how much time as opposed to
With
like,
it. We're a kilometre outside the town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
It's going to take us half an hour tops.
So we're gonna hope they're like ants in a sugar cube, and they can break it down within a day or half a day.
That's their problem, not ours.
Yeah, once it's sold, then it's their problem to remove it or do something with it.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So I vote drop. I vote drop.
So is everybody happy
Shut
with
it
me
off.
to turn off the switch?
Yep. Full
Turning
plug.
off the switch in 5, 4, 3.
Wait. Can we,
For fuck's sake.
God!
hey, can we shut the shift off and get out the door at the same time?
You have windows to climb out of.
Okay,
Yes.
just checking. Okay,
It's a
Just
bit
imagining
breezy.
Yeah.
Imagining a locked door. Okay, guys.
Alright.
Turning off the in 2,
Three.
1, power off.
Click.
Okay.
Just kidding. No windows.
Oh shit! You know what I forgot to do? Say that I landed it. So we're actually falling from 1,000 feet because I didn't actually physically say.
That's
we were
right.
landing it.
Which begs the question, how did you get all that foliage on top of it? But anyway, rightio. So you say goodbye to your trusty rusty wagon, and start moving into town. It's okay. So if you can imagine, like being in some sort of Greek island, there's tall, broad, bushy sort of trees, quite dry, rocky sort of terrain, moving down through some rocky sort of hilly areas into the further down you go, you can start to see the settlement a bit clearer. It actually has sort of whitewashed sort of buildings. There is a small wall, perhaps 8 feet tall, that seems to surround as you're moving towards it, and you can see that there's a pathway that sort of leads off around the right down around it, and the township itself is around about 200 meters from the ocean, from the beach. Yeah, so you can eventually get there. You can walk in. No one seems to challenge you. So technology you're not really sure of. You can see aerials and satellite antenna sort of things, so it like receives internet or television or that sort of stuff, communications.
Yep.
You can see some solar panels, so that tech is available here. Inside the village itself, no one seems to have any mechanized conveyances. They're all walking, or bikes for the kids. The old person who's in a wheelchair perhaps, but that's the degree of it. It's all very charming and rustic. You would guesstimate that from the size of this little settlement, there'd be, I don't know, somewhere between 500 to 800 people. You're walking in, no one seems to challenge you, but they sort of just look at you a little bit oddly, but they sort of smile and greet you.
Okay. So the Baron does the talking.
Uh-huh.
I do? I
Yep.
do.
Okay, what are you saying?
Um,
I'm going to inquire about whether there's any transportation to the main population centre.
Yes, there is. How
And if
did
I could,
you wish to
coordinate
go? Oh, okay. Well, you go.
what are our options?
Well, some people travel by grav vehicle, other people travel by the ocean. Of course, the grav vehicle moves much faster.
Of course. If you could put us in touch with someone who can arrange grav transport, that'd be excellent.
Oh, well, he gives you a name and he sort of indicates roughly where you go to the person's business.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's make our way there, shall we?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, as you... I believe Narek has one. As you go down towards the location of the business, excuse me, you sort of are able to sort of see out. Wrong one, Steve. You can sort of see out quite a nice sort of area around you, and you do sort of see who's got. Oh no, don't worry about it. You won't see. You move down. You find the business. You go in. There's sort of some a desk with some computer system or something on it. There's a large gentleman, a big smile on his face, walks up to you, pats his forehead with his handkerchief, he's sweating a bit. He says, "Hello, welcome, how can I help you?"
Good afternoon, sir. Looking for transport to the main centre, thank you.
Luddenham? He asks.
Yes, London. Sorry,
Luddenham. Oh.
I travel so much I lose track of the city names. I'm sorry.
So you're a bit of a traveller, are you?
Well, yes, actually, I'm here on business, but yeah.
So sorry. You wanted to gain a seat for yourself and your friends, or just yourself?
That'll be for the group, sir.
Okay.
For us.
Right. So the next transport will be basically arriving in 2 days. And it will take about a third of a day to they don't run every day, about a third of the day to get to Luddenham, and it's so basically there's sort of three options. There's a private sort of option where you get chauffeured, which is really expensive. That's 500 credits. There's sort of the what would you call it, business sort of class where it's shared. That's about 300 credits. This is each, by the way, guys. And then there is just ordinary sort of bus service. You're in with the crowd, cattle car sort of style, and that's 75 credits each.
Understood. Well,
I've got 3 credits.
We have some items we can trade, maybe?
The guy looks at you going, "Really?"
So, okay, is this the sort of person that I would talk to?
I don't know, is it?
I think we'll consider the tickets and come back to you. Thank you very much.
Radio.
Oh Lord, you sound like my job.
Right.
Okay, so
We're back out on the street. I say we find ourselves the nearest public house. look for a watering hole, lads.
Not far away.
Let's make our way there, because if anything, that's a more likely location that we're going to find someone who Narek can have a word with, and maybe we'll have a better chance of disposing of any ill-gotten goods there.
Okay.
Unless I can see any. Well, as you say, there's no mechanical conveyances around, so I'm guessing there's no junkyard or mechanic or anything like that floating around the place.
Okay.
Can someone please tell me how a disguise kit works?
No, you don't need that right now. No one knows you just yet.
So
I need you to make a streetwise roll, please. And what are you wanting to do with your streetwise? Are you trying to... What specifically are you trying... What's the end you want to get?
Okay, so the
We
end
want
goal for me, I guess, would be to get us from A to B. I have no idea.
in as quiet a fashion as possible. I would suggest that we try and sell that aircraft, get as many credits as we can for it, and we'll swap that for quiet
I would like to trade passage.
transportation into the city.
So I would like to trade passage. In the term, like, I know where like an aircraft is, and I would like to trade for myself and my comrades to get from A to B instead of paying.
Where you go then. 2d6 plus 1.
$10.
You've got someone who's interested. He wants
Fucking
to see.
ripper.
He wants to see the said aircraft. He also indicates that he understands that you're wishing to have a very quiet entrance into the city. Yeah?
Yes. We prefer to avoid imperial entanglements.
Right.
Are the group with me?
Well, you'll go back to them. They're in the room. The bartender's eyeing you up, wondering why you haven't ordered anything yet because you don't have any money. But
Okay.
Yeah, how much would a beer cost?
Does anyone have money?
around about 4 credits.
Well, how much would something cheaper than beer cost?
Water is free, but you're expected to buy something.
Yeah, well, I've got 3 credits, so I
Okay.
can't even buy a beer.
Well,
How
I mean
much
that's
was a MRE.
like a pitcher of beer.
Okay, so who's got a credit?
An MRE would be around about 2 credits.
2 credits. I mean, trade 10 MREs for some beer.
Did you take them?
I was going to go back and say that we did, but I would have thought we would have. We would have taken everything that's like survival equipment with us.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't assume, or I did mean to say it, but we're being sort of like going back and forth.
Oh, we're adventurers, so we would have come in with basically all of our gear.
Radio.
Every
So you've got no coin, he says. What use do I have of these MREs? I can get real food. He's sort of eyeing up. He's eyeing up the hand cannon, by the way.
You might be able to get real food, but these are the sorts of things which you can, like if anyone's going out on an expedition, hunting or what have you, you'd be able to sell these to those people. I mean, I don't know if they're useful to you, but maybe later.
Let me have a look. So if you're giving him 20 MREs, he'll probably give you around about 12 credits for the lot.
Okay, that's fine. We'll buy a beer with one of the a jug of beer with 4 of it, and take 8 credits back for the for later on.
Rightio.
So I'll put that in my my money
All good.
pouch, guys, just so that we've got somebody who's got record of it.
Somebody's got some jingles. Okay, rightio. So Narak comes back with this person who is sitting somewhere else is interested. He'd need to see it first.
So I said I told the group what happened, but I don't think it's a good idea if all of us walk out.
Well, I'll say
right.
everything.
You go with your friend and somebody else, and I'll wait here with the beer.
Keeping the beer warm.
Okay, so who's coming with me?
Definitely
guys.
wall of silence.
Oh, that was racing, wasn't it? Oh, okay.
There was beer. I'm so intelligent, I got lost after that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
J-Max and I are having intelligent conversation.
Right.
Over a beer, like Jerome's going.
It would appear that I'm going for a walk. Let's go, Narak.
Okay, so I take a seat next to him. I introduce him, and
Max.
are you serious? my husband's name, Max.
No, the guy's name is Max.
Okay, I said to Max, hey Max, this is a friend of mine. You're more than welcome to bring one as well. How about we show you the location?
Right. He just flicks his head and two guys come up and walk behind him as you guys go out.
2?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't break a sweat.
So you take them back to the vehicle in question. All right. As you uncover it, Max whistles and he goes, "And how did you get this device?" And I like what you've done with the ventilation.
It's
So
not
I
last
say to him, hey, how did you get this device? No, Jane, it's... Okay, no, okay, so sorry. I say to him, look, I'm here for a transaction. Either you're interested or you're not.
Oh, I'm interested, but this would provide some serious heat.
True.
But does it work?
He got us here, didn't it?
Well, show me.
Well, obviously, I've got here on it.
Yeah, show me.
Shit! I say in my head.
I'm
gonna give it a crack at hot wiring.
Where you go? Six or up.
Well,
Nope.
that was suboptimal.
Just be honest with the guys.
Does my computer school at all do anything?
No, you need electronics. Do you have Jot?
No,
I did have Jot.
No, he's got to have Jot. You've already tried.
I got Streetwise and computer.
Yep.
No.
Try to talk to it to start. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, well, Max is going, what's the problem?
Why I said to Max, you know what? Why I said to man... I said that lightly.
To be honest,
Why
we lost the activation key.
Why I send a person like this to do a man's job?
Max looks puzzled.
So do I.
Yeah.
Wait. We're selling it for parts. Actually,
Yeah, but I want to know it's worth something. Does it actually go? And if you can't start it, how much use is it to me?
Let me just give it another crack.
See,
There you go. Desperate. Jerome is desperate to get something working. And
Looks
you,
like I kicked it in the guts this time.
rightio. Okay, so Max sort of looks in it and he goes, "Oh, that's quite interesting, isn't it?" Then he gets a white handkerchief out of his pocket and he goes under the console a bit and pulls out a tiny little bit of dried and slightly mouldering skin. He goes, "Interesting story behind this one." So I would say you'd want to get this off your hands really quickly, wouldn't you?
Sounds like a plan.
So what are you hoping to get?
I believe we've already negotiated quite discreet transportation for 4.
No, we didn't. Okay, so I want to get me and my friends off here to where are we going?
Ludnam.
I want to get us from here to Lugnum, and some extra pocket wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah, okay, so, and how do you want to get into Ludnam?
Quietly.
Extremely quietly, or just quietly?
Extremely quietly.
Well, okay, I can arrange that. We'll need to put you somewhere for a little bit, but once the ferry comes over this way, we'll be able to find you a space.
When's the ferry due?
Oh, sometime tomorrow. Of course, it's a couple of weeks trip over to there.
Do you have anything quieter?
Oh no, this will be very quiet.
And if we were to take credits instead?
Oh, I don't work in credits. I'm not that rich a man. I'm just a poor island boy trying to
So
be
I
the
said to
best he
him-
can.
So you don't work in credits, but obviously you work in information.
I haven't told you what I work in, and I would suggest that you don't actually ask too many questions.
Oh God, that's why those sales tips don't work. Thank you. So I advise that I'm a very quiet trip to the place we want to go sounds amazing. But
Right.
how do I know that nothing will happen? I don't.
He sort of leans into you a little bit and says, "You don't. You go on good faith, like I go on good faith that I can use this machine."
It's the best deal we've got. I say to just Jerome.
So I'm assuming that J-Max and Leon are now talking about a certain woman in the drinking establishment and how shapely she is, and oh, look at the bubbles. Okay, see if it's even more basic than that. Okay,
Excellent.
okay.
See, I personally, my view is if you could think of the scene in Dumb and Dumber,
Yeah.
where they're talking to the girls on the models on the bus. That, you know, like, how do we get? We need two men to be masseuses for us. Do you know anybody who could be? Yeah. How about those guys over there?
I've never seen Dumb and Dumber.
Oh man, and that really stupid
The
dog
title says it
car.
all.
It's not the world's greatest.
No, it's not.
highbrow
It's not a literary. No. Okay.
Yeah, it's not Shakespeare.
How about what if? Okay, so idea, not thing. Okay, so what if there was a way to get confirmation from him and I as a transaction? So say for example, okay, you get the ship based on the fact that I get to my location safe.
He laughs.
I didn't say that to him. It's like,
Alright, he already knows where the vessel is. We just have to take it on faith. Yeah?
true, but the vehicle's going. Actually, you know what? Screw it. It could be worse. If I'm gonna find this ship, I'm gonna have find this ship. I said to him, okay,
Right, then he walks back, the other two guys stay behind. He walks back with you. He'll take you, if you need to collect up your two friends, he'll take you, basically you're going to be in a little safe house in the basement. You'll get some food and some drink and just have to rest and flop around for a wee bit.
so yeah, so I guess that's
Sounds good.
what I do with the team.
Okay, righto. In the morning, you take it before it's light. You're taken down to the docks, and there are some cargo containers, roughly 9 feet tall, around about 4 feet in diameter, and they're sort of like they're lidded like a coffin sort of thing. And you guys are going to be in them.
No, I'm claustrophobic.
That's sad, isn't it?
Suck it up.
Sorry, what?
You got to get into these coffin-like things.
Is the air?
There's air. There's a little bit of food and water. there's a baggie that you need to use, sort of thing. It's there for that purpose.
Okay, so I get in, but when I get in, I cry. Like, so no one can see me because I'm...
Fine.
I don't want to look like Hulk and feel like, you know...
Like Care Bear. Okay, rightio.
I'm nothing a Care Bear.
Yeah.
You're a Care Bear, Steve.
Yes. With claws. So, do the rest of you get in?
I think we're in a no argument situation here, so yeah,
Right.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have
They're
much choice.
locked and closed. You're in the dark. There's a torch there. They say use it sparingly. You're on a journey of around about. Oh God, there's a hydroplane ferry, so it can move quite fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm gonna say 14 days. That's gonna move.
People smuggling. Gotta love it.
So, let's see if I can get my bloody encounter number. You know.
Not that we can do anything about it.
No. I'm just trying to see if I can, like, come on, give me the other end of the scale, please. Yes! Finally! Rightio. You're moving along the ocean, and doing whatever you're doing for 2 weeks in a little coffin. Then one fine day, you've sort of, who has something that can keep track of time with them?
Well, dude's back suits like have a clock built into the, into the onboard computer.
I guess so. Yep. So how is Narak maintaining his sanity if he can't tell the time?
You didn't see that side to start with.
So Narak, because
What do you mean maintain?
yeah, well, okay, the veneer of sanity.
Meditating, hopefully.
Yeah. Narak, Dean.
Narak's dead, I think.
He fell overboard.
Dean, are you anywhere close to your computer?
Sorry,
Well, this
yeah.
doesn't
That's
explain
all right.
a great
That's
deal.
okay. Yeah, that's okay. So the three of you who have vac suits on, who have some form of understanding time, at least sensory deprivation and all that sort of stuff, you will go through several really odd things. But Narak, what do you have that tells the time?
I urinate like every 4 hours.
That's not going to tell the time. So, sensory deprivation can also be used as a bit of a torture sort of thing. So I'm going to need all of you to first of all roll 2d6.
Yep.
I refuse to because I'm nowhere near my computer right now.
Okay, what's your intelligence, Dean? Your character's intelligence? 9. Okay, somebody else, please.
14.
Oh, actually, my intelligence is 7.
Okay.
Oh, that was a nice roll.
Yep, J-Max.
Oh, I start to make my chin wet and moldy.
Oh, your roll was a 3, was it?
Yep.
Oh, God. Leon.
Okay, firstly, I'd like to say
Yes.
you're talking to a person that spent 4 years in the Scout Service,
Right.
which means 4 years without a shower, 4 years in a little tiny vessel, so kind of like used to this sort of
He's
thing.
already crazy.
Yeah. Let's see how advanced you can become. Oh, excellent. Okay. So, when there's suddenly a light shined on you, the door opens and the light shines on you. I'm going to say that Jerome, you sort of can still make sense of most things. Narak, you are partially in touch with reality, and J-Max and Leon, you're having some sort of psychedelic flashback moment. You're not sure what's going on, but suddenly there's this light and movement and noise, and you're just not knowing what the hell it is. It's overwhelming you. I'm going to say, Narak, you probably have enough mental capacity to know that you need to defend yourself, so you've got a weapon.
Broadsword.
Okay, make it to hit roll.
Wait, how do I do that again?
2d6. So I'll give you all of the adjustments. Hang on a second.
Wait, I've written them down.
You've
somewhere.
got the strength
Plus 2.
plus your skill level, if anything.
Like brawling.
No, you need broadsword skill. Nothing? Okay.
I'm looking.
So, okay, they're wearing cloth, which is a 0, and you're in short range, which is a plus
I got
3.
an 11.
Plus 3 on top of that.
Oh,
So, yeah. So, roll 4d6.
4d6.
Big bada boom.
10.
That was rather weak. With a bloody broadsword, you could have cut his head off.
That's not plus is that including my strength bonuses and stuff?
Come on, that's 10 points off one stat.
Yeah, come on.
Sorry, is it including my bonuses?
Yes.
Oh. 'Cause
Yes.
I get it plus like 2 or 3. But hey, 10. Okay.
So, that doesn't even knock him unconscious. Guys, just so you know, the house rule is I've got a different way of handling damage. When you get your first lot of damage always goes to endurance. If that goes to 0, the rest of the damage you pick where it's going to go, and you roll versus your original endurance or less. If you make that, there's no effect in this turn. When your second one goes down, then there's some effects that come into it. And damage is always dealt by die numbers, not totals. So if you got 6 and a 3, you can put 6 somewhere and 3 in somewhere. You choose. Okay, so you managed to stab someone nicely, but it hasn't really affected him. So you guys can hear some sort of, well, actually no, Jerome, you are the only one that has any sort of understanding of what's going on. So, because you can see a gun pointed at you.
I see.
1, 2, 3. Oh my god, look at all those. 4. Okay, so. Yep. Dean, your character takes 8 points off his endurance. Third number. And
Okay, so that puts me at -2.
take 2 off somewhere else on the first 2 stats.
Wait a second. So I took how much? Okay, yep, done.
What did you take it off?
Is it good to take it off strength?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so endurance would be 0, strength would be 12.
Okay, rightio. And then, because you've just received a hail of clubs pelting you, you take, you're lucky with that one, a 1 and a 2, so you can put them on 2 different stats if you want to, or all onto one stat. It's entirely up to you.
This is only strength, dex, and endurance, eh?
Yep. And your endurance is already gone.
0. It's 3. I'll take the 3 on the strength, which
Okay.
is 9.
And 2 and 2, you're very lucky with what they've been able to do to you. 2 and 2.
So my strength drops to 4. I'll
Mm-hmm.
give them that.
Okay.
Strength 9 is, yeah.
3 and 5.
Okay, so I'm left with 3 on my decks.
You had a 4 strength, so 3 on your strength will take you to 1, and the 5 on your dex takes you to...
3. Sorry, 3 on my decks, 1 on my strength.
Okay, give me a 2d6 roll and get under your original endurance.
I didn't get it.
Okay, you are at penalties -1 to everything, and you are moving at half move. Okay.
I didn't know. Sorry. Strength is at 1, dex is at 5.
Yep. Not a good place to be in. Hang on a second. So J-Max. Yep. Yep, with Leon. What are you doing, Jerome? Are you putting up a fight? Are you showing them that you're conscious and aware, or what are you doing?
So, sorry, just to... have they basically opened us up at the same time, or have I heard the scuffle and then...
You're aware that your lids have all been opened up, and you've seen the whole rain of billy clubs sort of rain down on Narak, because you saw his broadsword thrust up through some poor guy's chest. You've also seen some guys lean into the other two, do something you're not sure what, but those two don't seem to be putting up much of a struggle. Just so Leon and J-Max, you know, you're drifting off, and just in a nice sleepy haze. What are you doing, Jerome? You're just drifting off into a nice sleepy haze. Someone's drugged you.
I'm going to whip out my auto pistol.
Is that a euphemism?
Sorry?
No, it's not a euphemism. I picked one up out of the air raft before we left.
Rightio. Yep.
Did I pause? Being a smart bugger I am. Don't move.
You tell them not to move.
I tell them not to move, and if anyone makes the slightest move towards me, I'm gonna fire at them.
Okay, roll. So you've not been. Hang on a second. We need to go to the surprise rules. Yeah, gotta find the table for the surprise rules. Okay, you're not in battle dress. You don't have leader skill. Do you have tactical skill? No. You've not been in the army or the marines. You're not in a vehicle anymore. None of those. Okay, we both roll a flat 1d6. If one of us is 3 or better, that's the side that gets surprise. It's not me. Okay, you surprise them. You can see them going for their weapons, but you surprise them with the amount of speed you got on them. There's 2 guys at you at the moment. There's 8 altogether.
So I've got the drop on. There's 8 total, and I've got the drop on my 2. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Can you give me a 2d6 roll, please?
I can.
That's when you become aware you've seen that uniform before. It was in the air raft. This is the security force.
I was afraid of that. Well, it seems it's all up to me, and I can't see they're going to be in a talking mood, all things considered. So I'm going to take a pot shot at the nearest threat.
Okay. So we've got auto pistol at a... Sorry.
They've got
Minus-
cloth armor though, so
Yep.
it's probably not gonna
minus
But anyway,
3.
there you go.
Short range gives you a +1. Minus 2. Auto pistols need a 10 or better dex to get a bonus.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay, so 2d6 and you need 10 or more to hit.
Short range, crikey.
Bang.
It would appear I missed.
Okay. There's lots of yelling, get him. And you yourself start to get pelted with some batons. Miss.
That's
And
not gonna go
miss. No, that's okay, you're in the middle of a fight, but no one's hit anybody yet. And we cycle through now to the simultaneous attack, so what are you doing?
well. Well, I guess I'm not in a position to try and break contact or anything, given I'm still in this container, so all I can really do is fire again, isn't it?
Okay, there you go. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I haven't shot myself in the foot quite,
Yeah,
but
yeah, you got hit twice for 6. Goes on your endurance.
takes that down to 0.
Okay, make a saving throw now. 2d6, and you got to get your previous endurance or less.
Yes.
So no penalty, no nothing. Nothing's changed for you at the moment. And then the second lot of damage, you choose where it goes. A 3 and a 4. You choose where the 3 goes and where the 4 goes.
4 to strength and 2 to dexterity.
3.
That's right, 3 to dexterity. Yep.
That's okay. And then we go into the next round. They're just trying to whack you with their billy clubs. Are you trying to shoot back?
At this stage, with an effective dexterity of 2, I'd be lucky to avoid shooting myself in the.
Oh no, it doesn't change. It's just your hit points. Doesn't change anything.
Yep, why not?
Okay.
I'm gonna go down swinging.
Okay. Not quite. And the billy clubs hit you again. And a miss. So you take an additional 4 and 4.
Yeah, he's out for the count.
All of his stats have been reduced to 0.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't go below 0, guys, with the billy clubs, because they're not designed to do dead damage. It's sort of like subdual damage. Once you get to 0, you're knocked out. You're badly hurt, but you're not killed.
Just unconscious.
Very badly unconscious, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. But you two don't have to worry. Your faces are beautiful because you got jabbed in the arm with a sedative. Okay, so time passes, you wake up. You are all in cells. You can see, like, opposite Jerome is Narak, and Narak can see on the other side to him is Leon. Leon can see opposite him is J-Max.
Narak did it. It was all Narak's fault.
Right. Okay.
I'm more than happy to turn Crown's evidence against Narak.
Mm-hmm. Well, he is the person. However, you got to realise something. It's enough sufficient time now for anyone from Bell to have got here and alerted anybody.
Oh, my aching head.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
I'm guessing I'm very sore and very sad with myself at this stage.
Yeah. You do have bruises, guys, but
I don't.
Sorry. 2 of you have bruises. Drax, Narak has especially big bruises all over his big, huge bodybuilder body.
Steve, I screwed up my volume thing. What did you say? The last thing I heard was Yeah.
That's a little while ago. You're all in prison.
Okay.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. You're all in a jail cell. I'm assuming too fast here. So you're all in a jail cell. That doesn't mean you're out for the count. And you're not sure how much time has passed. Although Leon and J-Max, you have a better idea because you've been here for about 8 days that you can count.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So apparently you were brought in relation to the murder of 2 security officers, the theft and vandalism of the
Vehicle.
vehicle, the smuggling of persons who are a danger to the state, i.e. yourselves, and then accosting or trying to, well, Narak, of course, assaulting somebody, and Jerome attempting to assault somebody to cause grievous bodily harm. Yeah. Of course, Narak, you have all your other ones of dealing in the underworld stuff. These guys, you'll be surprised to know, are also charged with the death of an entire, very small planetoid, but everyone, as well as the stealing or attempting to steal corporate information, the theft and breaking a whole lot of protocols at starports by stealing a ship and getting the hell out of there without any proper authority.
So
Also endangering the people of Remind Me by allowing a vehicle to go in uncontrolled down to the planet of the surface. Yeah.
Didn't it land in a military base and splat a few people?
Yeah.
I believe it did.
Yeah.
Do we count that, or do we just write that off as time served?
At this stage, boys, I think that the attempted assault is collateral damage, really, isn't it?
So I look at the group and say, so, if you're all wondering why I gathered you here today, did not one of you think I was the worst of the party? Well, look, here we are, locked up. And remember, guys, I'm not locked up with you. You're locked up with me. So let's
I've seen that movie. All right, you're quoting a movie from fucking a long time ago, ages ago, a long, far, far away shit.
I'm sorry. Is it the Baron?
No, that was Leon.
That was Leon.
I'm actually asking because I can't hear you.
Oh, that was Leon.
No, I'm just going to start examining the cell.
Right. I thought you were going to say start writing my complaint to the liaison office and try to get out under the guise of being a baron.
Are we cuffed or anything? Like, can we move about?
No, you're totally free to move in your small 8x8 cell.
Haven't got as far as writing my complaint to the liaison officer yet. I'd just like to figure out what's what. So, description of the cell. What are we dealing with?
8x8. Concrete walls on 3 sides. No window. Looks like titanium or high grade alloy metal bars. The locks have by the looks of it, have a physical lock as well as a biomechanical lock. Biometric lock. Sorry,
what's biometrical?
Fingerprint, iris print.
Okay, so say for example, we somehow managed to get keys of someone, we could knock them out and use their eyes to open the lock.
In theory. Well, first you got to get them.
Well, if anyone else has got a better idea, what I think we could do is I will sit in the corner and cry atrociously. Any ideas? Any ideas?
So, this would make a wickedly weird science fiction film.
What? Wait, can one of us get the keys from a wooden, and then we just knock them out?
So in the past 8 days, J-Max and Leon, you've seen the guards come in to deliver food and whatnot and check on the other two. It appears that you're the only ones in this particular part of the jail or whatever it is, holding cells, you're not sure what. You are all wearing prison clothing. They basically feed you through a gap in the cage. They come in pairs. One always is carrying a carbine. Well, the other one's usually carrying pushing the trolley or whatever. Yeah. So you sort of know that part of their routine. You can notice that there are some cameras on the corridor, basically looking into each of the cells.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, look, I'll have a go with my mechanical skill of being able to defeat the locks. I think it's pointless, but let's have a roll anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got a total of 7.
Okay, so we need to get the keys. We can bribe. We can cry. We can do anything. Like this one. What? All we have to do though is get them close and oh, it's only a slot.
Yep. Basically, there'll be somebody standing behind covering with a carbine. The person handing out food.
So what's a carbine?
Between a pistol and a rifle.
Yeah.
It will hurt you a lot.
Considering you've got no armor at all on.
I think at this stage the best thing we can do is lie back and wait.
Okay. So guys,
observation.
yep. Yep, it's almost midnight, so perhaps we need to stop there, if that's okay.
It's not even 10 o'clock. What are you talking about?
Yes, I know. I've still got 2 more Traveller games to go this weekend. Hang on, I'm just going to stop the recording.